Of Tennessee sports. Here's Josh and Swain.
Good Tuesday afternoon. Welcome in to Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours. We have a lot to cover. Whew. There's too much happening, Swain. Can we spread some of this out?
A lot of winning going on, man. That's what I'll call it.
A lot of winning?
A lot of winning. That's what happens, man. People are attracted to Tennessee. Tennessee getting players from the portal. Tennessee getting assistant coaches on the new staff with the Lady Vols. You got softball team, baseball team, winning series, sweeping. Got another big one this weekend. You did lose a player through the portal on the football team, but it's kind of part of doing business now.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of winning.
Are you going to Lexington this weekend? You're going to be up
Why
there
would I do that?
booing and hissing the Wildcats when they go to the plate?
Nope. They don't need me up there with them. My last encounter in Lexington wasn't all that great. So, no rush.
That's right. I forgot at last year's football game, you would you get ejected? Is that what happened?
Almost. Almost.
But Tennessee won, I think,
Oh, they definitely did that.
in that football game.
Oh, hey, they definitely did that. It was a beat down.
There is
It was close, but it still was a beat down.
There is plenty of transfer portal activity to track. Tennessee basketball landed D-Stone, Darlin Stone Dubar, with his commitment through the transfer portal from Hofstra, 6'8", can score at all levels, can shoot from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
That's required if you're going to score from all levels, so a bit repetitive, but he can do it all offensively, around the basket, behind the three-point line, and shot making in between. Mentioned he's 6'8", so there is one answer to how does Tennessee replace Dalton Connect. I'm not saying it's a one-for-one, but he has scoring ability, averaged about 18 points a game for Hofstra. Tennessee will continue to look for help on the wing, help around the basket as well. We'll update you there. Grant Ramy of AllQuest will join us at 12:30. So 25 minutes from now, we'll see what he thinks about the newest addition to Tennessee's roster and other players to pay attention to, the latest with Tobe Awaka. We'll talk to Grant Ramy in 25 minutes. Jesse Simonton of AllQuest, of On3, same network,
Yep.
will join us coming up at 1:30. We'll see what he thinks about Tennessee, some of the top programs around the SEC and college football coming out of spring, looking into the rest of the offseason. And as you mentioned a moment ago, Swain, that includes the conversation of Elijah Herring putting his name into the transfer portal. Just like Tennessee might go after some players, Tennessee knows coming out of spring it might lose some players that would decide to go elsewhere. I don't think Elijah was going to be a starter for Tennessee at linebacker. That probably would have been surprising. They have some young, talented linebackers, Arion Carter, Jeremiah T-Lander, Keenan Peely coming back from injury would factor into that conversation too. So Elijah Herring putting his name into the portal played really hard for Tennessee.
Yeah.
And he had to step up into a bigger role than expected last season because of Peely's injury. So he will look to go play somewhere else, and Tennessee will find an opportunity for some younger guys at linebacker.
Probably need to wait till next segment to kind of share overall what I think about Herring leaving, but I think it was very mature of him to get into the portal at this point. Last year, he was a target of many offensive coordinators' game plan. We saw that in the Florida game, saw that in the Missouri game. You mentioned how hard he played. He went in when the player in front of him was hurt. He gave his all. But it wasn't as good enough as you needed to be. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes your best is not good enough. This is sports. You'll have opportunity to go somewhere else and play more and have probably a bigger impact. And I know the goal was for him and his brother to play together here at Tennessee. And, they did that last year. But, at some point you got to be your own man, and they'll both have that opportunity next season.
Yeah, his brother's Caleb Herring, highly touted guy, edge rusher in last year's class, who will remain at Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
So Elijah will look to go elsewhere. I don't think this should change the conversation about Tennessee's potential on defense this year.
No, it shouldn't. It shouldn't at all. You want that feel-good story of two brothers playing together alongside each other. You want the in-state players to come to Tennessee and have a successful career and finish at Tennessee, but it doesn't always work that way. But I'll be rooting for Elijah Herring. I had really good interactions with him, and I know how hard he played and how hard he studied and put everything into trying to be the best player he could be for Tennessee.
Yeah, he's a quality player. He'll have some good opportunities. I'm sure some.
Yeah, he should.
I'm sure some Power 5 schools will reach out or already have.
Yeah, he should.
And he'll find a good landing spot. So it won't be at Tennessee. And when I say the potential of the linebackers shouldn't really change, it also remains that you have guys that have to prove what they can do in a bigger role. Jeremiah Thielander and Arion Carter, Caleb Perry, a year older. Let's see what level they can play, because that's going to matter. On the defensive line, Tennessee is deep, really talented, experienced. There is less experience at linebacker and in the secondary. Ton of talent, and Peely's really experienced, not necessarily in Tennessee's defense, but he's played a lot of football, much older guy.
Peely is experienced.
Yeah, let's see what they can do. Potential's there. The need to prove what they can do remains too.
This is an opportunity for guys to get more reps too. You are William Inge, and you always hate that side of it when you lose a player to the portal, but it has to happen sometimes to allow for the players that are going to be more of players for you in the fall. It's going to give them an opportunity to get more reps in practice. So instead of splitting, the pie 6, 7, 8 ways, you split it one less way, and it's more pie for the other players. It's more reps, more attention can be given to guys that are going to make plays for you, and you can count on Saturdays.
Herring did not go through spring practice. I know they would have loved to have had Carter out there, Arion Carter, who was there a year ago and played this past season until he suffered an injury. So he played a fair amount as a freshman.
Yeah, on key third downs, too. There was times I saw Aaron Beasley trotting off the field, and Arion Carter was trotting on, or Thielander was trotting on. So that just tells you what Brian John Marie thought of him, what Tim Banks thought of those guys, and they're only going to get better. So you understand why Elijah Herring decided to make that move, because those guys are going to play more, not less, as they are now a year older going to their sophomore year from their freshman year.
For sure. Something that we will continue to watch. Does anybody else enter the transfer portal?
Likely.
Does anybody emerge that Tennessee will pursue from the transfer portal? Two topics to watch as the gate has opened today. Players can now enter the transfer portal over the next 2 weeks.
If you're from the SEC, you can't go to another SEC school.
That's right.
But other than that, have at it, guys.
How does that work, by the way? Can that be challenged? Is that the next step? If you can up and transfer and play right away at any time, according to the courts, can you not do that within the same conference?
You better not mess with Greg Sankey.
Okay.
You better.
I'm confused.
You don't challenge Greg Sankey.
I'm confused what the law is and is not against when it comes to NCAA rules.
I'm cool with that rule. I think with all the craziness going on and
the tampering,
that's best for this league.
Yeah, I have no issue. I I think the rule is good the way that it is, that if you're going to transfer within conference, it needs to happen middle of the year, not the end of the academic year in the second, I guess it is, transfer window. Plus, you get some bonus windows when coaches leave in January. So, it's really like the fifth window of transfers. But anyway, I'm just confused because I'm also in favor of one-time transfer for immediate eligibility. But that does not exist right now. You can transfer as many times as you want and still be eligible to play right away. You can transfer December and then transfer again in April.
Well, there's
as long as it's within conference.
Yeah, Caden Proctor has done that. He's transferred twice.
SEC to Big Ten, Big Ten back to the SEC.
Yeah. And we've had some players transfer from Tennessee to Ole Miss and then to Louisville. So
that's right.
And there's been guys who have transferred multiple times.
Yep. Stephen asks, could Herring go to Michigan? Michigan, of course, hired Brian Jean-Marie to coach linebackers up there.
I mean, Big Ten is not as fast as the SEC, so I mean, it would make sense. He's familiar with Brian Jean-Marie, and Jean-Marie's familiar with him. So that's far. See. That's far away from home right there. But hey, when it's time to grow up, sometimes you got to go a little bit further away from home. And they do have these things called flights and NIL money that you can use to buy those flights.
Is he going to have any flight that goes connecting flight to Oxford and then up to Louisville? That path has been taken.
That path has been taken. I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised if he takes that path.
Yep. So we'll see what happens next. But the news came out last night. Elijah Herring will enter the transfer portal, a linebacker from Tennessee, as the window has opened for players to come and go again now that the spring is coming to a close. We'll continue the show and invite you to join us, 865-656-9900. If you would like to call or text in, we'll be with you until 3 o'clock. We'll talk Tennessee football, Tennessee basketball, news as it develops. We'll cover it for you right here on Josh and Swain.
Is there anything more fun than streaming 99.1 The Sports Animal?
Better answer that very carefully.
I'll take that as an answer of at least one thing.
You can save big money with Hiller Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electrical homeowners. If you have been waiting for the right time to upgrade or maybe replace some of your systems at the house, this is the time. You can enjoy up to $1,500 off select new HVAC systems, whole home water filtration and descalers, or select new whole home generators. All you have to do is check out the website, happyhiller.com. Do it today for more details.
This has been a paid announcement.
Having a tough time finding the right people for the job? Well, maybe it's time to take a second look at who you're hiring. Look beyond the wall. Unlock talent by hiring someone with a record. They did their time, and now you can take them from justice to a job. Get tax credits, training dollars, and protection bonds. The Tennessee Office of Reentry can show you how second chances work. Learn more at tnworkready.com.
Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Labor and Workforce Development, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Don't miss the huge arcade gun and knife show and sale this weekend at the Knoxville Expo Center, featuring thousands of rifles, shotguns, handguns, wholesale ammo, and reloading supplies, all at liquidation prices. It's like shopping at the world's largest sporting goods store. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4 at the Knoxville Expo Center.
Join John and Vince this Friday morning at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge Nissan and save thousands. This Friday morning from 6 till 9 at Oak Ridge Nissan with John and Vince in 99.1 The Sports Animal. Who likes whipped cream? Everyone, of course. Introducing Whiplash Whiskey, the original whipped cream whiskey. Whiplash Whiskey is a high-quality whiskey with natural flavors to taste just like whipped cream. You can chill it, shoot it, or shake it. And when we say shake it, we mean you can create the most amazing drinks like an Espresso Manhattan, a Whiplash Creamsicle, Chunky Monkey, or Fluffernutter. Check out whiplashwhiskeyco.com for more recipes and ask for Whiplash Whiskey at your local retailer. Paid for by Athens Distributing.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? The heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Shopping for an auto loan? Shopping for a vehicle is easy the ATFCU way. Talk to Alcoa 10 before you shop so you can hit the lots with a same-day pre-approved loan. And you can get behind the wheel of that new or used car or truck. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
It's Hoop Tea Madness here at 99.1 The Sports Animal. Listen for the cue to call in weekdays, and you could get qualified for the ultimate Hoop Tea Outdoor Experience Package, including 2 tickets to the PGA Tour Wells Fargo Championship in Charlotte. The grand prize winner will also score 2 paddle boards, a sweet outdoor cornhole set, a rugged outdoor cooler, and an outdoor patio umbrella, plus $1,000, all compliments of Hoop Tea. Refreshing, bright, spiked iced tea.
Fair, honest sports conversation from 2 guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Thanks for being with us on Josh and Swain. 865-656-9900 to join the show. We're sticking with D-Stone. That's what I've seen them call him up there at Hofstra.
Well, D-Stone is what we'll call him, unless he wants to.
I mean, it's really up to him. It's not my call.
A fresh new start, and maybe wants to have a new identity.
Yeah, his Twitter handle is DStoneDubar1.
All right, well, D-Stone it is. We'll call him D-Stone. What does he call when he's getting in trouble?
You want to know what his mama called him?
Mm-hmm. That's what I want to know. His mama called him Darlington Stone. I'm calling him Darlington Stone. We'll call him D-Stone. Okay. I want to know what Rick Barnes is going to call him.
Yeah, that matters. They're going to call some shots for him on the outside.
What did I tell you what needed to happen? Not was going to happen, but what needed to happen if you are Zakai Ziegler and Jamal Meshack with these portal recruits. What did I tell you? What did I tell you needed to happen?
Find guys that fit.
Find guys that fit. You need to be part of the recruiting process. You need to be involved. And you go look at VolQuest.com's article on D-Stone by Grant Ramy, and he got a chance to talk to D-Stone and get some quotes. And part of the article, it is mentioned that Zakai Ziegler and Jamal Meshack was involved.
They will meet with the media, by the way, on Thursday. Zakai, Jemai, and Rick Barnes.
Why?
No reason was given in the release.
I love to hear from him. I'm just wondering why.
Yeah, maybe it's kind of a exit session from the season, looking ahead to the future of Tennessee basketball.
Yeah, get closure.
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel like the season is over, honestly. Just the games are over, but the season is still going on because of the transfer portal.
The conversation really didn't slow down much around Tennessee basketball with the season ending.
At all, man. It feels like we're still trucking along.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But I think it's more fun when you know that, well, the Vols will be an attractive place for some guys to check out. Igor Milicic Jr. is checking out Tennessee's campus, I believe, as we speak.
Well, I got one thing to say, Josh.
Is it 6'10" transfer from Charlotte?
The Vols are back.
What's going to happen pretty soon?
And next year, just like this year, we're going to be taking a bite out of the whole SEC's butt. Ain't nothing going to change.
Did you see at least some internet chatter that North Carolina could be interested in Jonas Adu?
Yeah, man, that'd be cool for Jonas. He grew up in North Carolina. I'm not sure if he grew up as a Tar Heel fan, but kind of hard not to be either a Tar Heel fan or a Duke fan, growing up playing basketball in that state. So that'd be a cool opportunity for him. I'm not even jealous at all. Hey, you have a breakup. You know that you have a chance to get better. You're not jealous at the other person. Them maybe having a better role, better situation. You want them to be happy. That's when you know you really love that person. We love Jonas. We want him to be happy, want him to be in the best situation for him.
Mm-hmm.
But we got some things we need to do.
That is entice Igor Milicic Jr. His dad is a big-time basketball guy overseas, was a really good player. From what I could tell in his bio, not knowing too much about Igor Sr., he suffered an injury while he was a player. I think it shortened his career, but was a really good player, played international basketball, now coaches with the Polish team. So Igor Milicic Jr., 6'10", 225, is from Croatia, averaged close to 13 points, 8.5 rebounds per game from Charlotte. He is a multi-time transfer. He went to Virginia his freshman season, played at Charlotte the last 2 years. His junior season this past year was kind of his breakout season statistically, and he is checking out Tennessee right now.
We need a little foreign flavor. Losing Santi, you lost Uros. We need some foreign flavor on the squad.
He also he would add a little stretch flavor. Can shoot from the outside. In highlights I've seen, a lot of his time offensively he spent on the perimeter. He averaged 37.5%, or shot 37.5% from three. Shot close to 5.
It's 38.
Well, 37.6. That's a bit of a push to 38, but better than 37.5. And he attempted close to 5 threes a game.
Hey, is he being recruited to do the same thing he did last year? If so, that's going to be fun to watch with him and D Stone and Zakai. And we got plenty of spots to fill too, so this is fun.
Yeah, Jonas perhaps getting a look from UNC. I think a lot of Tennessee fans would be like you. Okay, that's fine. Hope he does well. Good for him. That's a major program. I think the North Carolina interest that Tennessee fans are more focused on is Cade Tyson's recruitment. He's the wing from Belmont who can really fill it up from the outside. Shot about 46% from three this past year. And it looks like it'll be Tennessee trying to beat out North Carolina. He's from an area close to Charlotte.
Yep.
So going back to the state of North Carolina would be enticing for obvious reasons. And Tennessee would be the same. As a year ago, Dalton Knecht came in as a really good scorer, an outside shooter, and succeeded. And I imagine Tennessee has made a pitch of, hey, he's gone. Josiah and Vescovy, they're gone. We have roles to be filled. But he scored 16 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 6'7", wing who shot 46.5% from three.
Length, man. Look at that UConn team. What gave teams problems is their height and length on the perimeter. They can shoot it. They can handle it. They can finish around the basket. I think Tennessee needs more guys that can finish because Zakai, not because he doesn't want to, but he's short. He didn't have a lot of opportunities to finish around. So you got to get some other guys that can go in and possibly do that for you.
We'll continue the conversation. We will check in with Grant Ramy of VolQuest, covering Tennessee basketball, speaking to the latest commitment for Tennessee. D-Stone, Darlin Stone DeBar from Hofstra, choosing Tennessee. And we'll talk about players who are considering Tennessee. Grant Ramy of VolQuest joins us when we come back on Josh and Swain.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on the Sports Animal.
Former Lady Vol Rakia Jackson was selected 4th overall in the WNBA draft last night by the Los Angeles Sparks. It's the 4th year in a row Tennessee has had a player taken in the first round. Jackson is the 19th Lady Vol taken in the first round overall. Iowa's Caitlin Clark went number 1 overall as expected to the Indiana Fever. Tennessee baseball takes on Bellarmine in a non-conference game at Lindsey Nelson Stadium tonight. The Vols have won 6 straight and are coming off SEC Series sweep over LSU. First pitch is at 6 o'clock. The NBA play-in games begin tonight with the Western Conference games. The Lakers face the Pelicans for the 7-8 game at 7:30. The Warriors visit the Kings for the 9-10 matchup at 10 o'clock. NHL tonight, 7 o'clock, Bruins host the Senators. Red Wings visit the Canadiens. Flyers take on the Capitals. Blue Jackets meet the Hurricanes. Panthers take on the Maple Leafs at 7:30. Jets host the Kraken at 8. And at 10 o'clock, Golden Knights host the Blackhawks. Canucks host the Flames. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford and Ted Russell Lincoln. This is where I have shopped. My family has shopped multiple times over the last few years to find vehicles that we were looking for. We have purchased, done trade-ins at both the Parkside Drive and the Kingston Pike location. About a year ago, we did a trade-in and actually test drove vehicles at both locations. We did a test drive at the Parkside Drive, Ted Russell Ford, and then they gave us a lift over to the Kingston Pike location to test drive another vehicle that was at that dealership location. Ended up doing a trade-in with the Kingston Pike location on that deal. Then previously, the minivan that we're driving around every single day to haul the kids around, we found at the Parkside Drive location. They helped us find exactly what we needed. They can do that for you. If you're looking for a truck, take advantage of savings and low interest rates on brand new 2023 and 24 F-Series trucks. They have work trucks if you need. They have a wide array of SUVs, whatever you're looking for, or with their pre-owned selection. You can shop on Parkside Drive, on Kingston Pike, and online at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
Golf season is here, and an eagle awaits you at Sevierville Golf Club. The very best golf in the beautiful Smoky Mountains is ready for you. 2 18-hole championship courses with breathtaking views, unique layouts, and pristine enough to be named the best-maintained public golf course in all of Tennessee. All of this makes for a round of golf you won't soon forget. So challenge your game with all the elements of rolling hills, water, sand, and quick greens. Visit SeviervilleGolfClub.com to book your tee time or to learn more about memberships. Sevierville Golf Club, an eagle awaits you.
Spring's here, and it's a great time of year. You can smell fresh-cut grass, and everyone's excited to be outside again. It's your year to get that great lawn, and you can do it. And Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply can help. Dickens is now the Exmark mower dealer for Knoxville, and they're stocked up with a ton of choices for your next zero-turn mower. They have the best seed and fertilizers available, and would be glad to coach you to a great lawn. They also carry mulch and pine straw. Dickens Turf and Landscape Supply in Knoxville, Maryville, and coming soon to 620 East Emory Road in Powell.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. And when it comes to your privacy, Loudoun County Fence is the fencing company East Tennesseans have trusted for over 50 years. Your fence should be durable and stylish. Visit their website at lcfence.com and view all of their great options, from wood privacy to ornamental aluminum fencing. Loudoun County Fence is a family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of experience installing quality fencing in and around Knoxville. They're fully licensed and insured, and their workmanship is guaranteed. For your free estimate, visit lcfence.com.
Join Tyler and Will this Friday afternoon at Oak Ridge Nissan at the corner of Illinois Avenue and the Turnpike in Oak Ridge. Make that short 10-minute drive from anywhere to Oak Ridge and save thousands. This Friday afternoon, starting at 3 at Oak Ridge Nissan with Tyler and Will in 99.1, the Sports Animal.
And Doug. Being a spokesperson's easy, kid. Just say, customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Customize and save with Liberty Bibberty.
That's not it.
Letterby Mutual. Liberty Musical.
Nope.
Lumberty, line.
It's 2 words. Liberty Mutual.
Got it. Don't not pay at libertymuttnoodle.com.
Wow. I guess I'll just do it.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. That's a wrap.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors, Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive, of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
Cumulus Digital.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help.
PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
A few isolated sprinkles are possible today. We got highs near 84 degrees. Should see more sunshine by the afternoon to evening hours. Still a beautiful day. We'll drop near 66 degrees overnight as those clouds increase. We're tracking more rain and storms throughout the day on Wednesday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
The hottest sports stories of the day broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. We're with you until 3 o'clock. That's when Tyler and Will take over on the Sports Animal. We also continue in the Tri-Cities area on AM 640, the Sports Monster, every day. And every day is a busy one in the world of college basketball now, with the transfer portal talk taking over with the end of the on-court season. So we welcome to the show Grant Ramy of VolQuest.com, part of On3, covering Tennessee hoops, covered the season that was a run to the Elite Eight, and now is covering the, quote, off-season, which is about all the activity, including Tennessee getting a commitment yesterday from Darlin Stone-DeBar, a transfer from Hofstra, who you wrote about. Grant, thanks a lot for taking the time to join us. What did you take from the conversation and then the news itself of Tennessee landing DeBar, who shot the ball well, scored a lot for Hofstra this past season?
It's a good start. First of all, thanks for having me. It's a good start, and Tennessee has a lot of work to do, obviously, in the transfer portal. I mean, they had 6 open spots before Darlin Stone-DeBar, the Hofstra wing, committed. And he's a good scorer. He's a good rebounder. He brings a lot of the stuff that you need. And obviously, you got a lot more work to do ahead if you're Tennessee, because you still have 5 open roster spots, and you're trying to replace the production of a Dalton Connect and a Josiah Jordan-James and a Santiago Vescovi, and you can go down the list. Jonas Adu now is an NCAA transfer portal, and all the production you're losing from this Elite Eight team. Darlin Stone-DeBar, it felt like a good start. Averaged, I think, 17 and 7 at Hofstra last year. He's got 6'6", whatever his size is. I know he's listed at 6'8" on the Hofstra roster, and it caused some confusion there. But a good scorer, a good rebounder, a good basketball player, and a good start for Tennessee in the portal with a lot of work left to do.
If DeBar was listed at 6'8" on the Hofstra website, how tall will you and Josh Ward be on the Hofstra website?
I don't care about my height. I'm more concerned with my weight. I think if I'm on the Hofstra, I'm gonna drop about 20 pounds if we can get away with that, which apparently we can, because you can just list whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm putting me down for 5'11" and a quarter. That's what the program is showing for me, is my understanding.
Come on, man. If you're going to lie, I might as well be over 6 foot.
Don't question the number, Swain.
All right, cool. Greg, what position do you see DeBar playing? What role do you see him playing here at Tennessee?
I think he tries to fill the Josiah Jordan-James vacancy. Maybe a little bit more of a consistent scorer than what Josiah was during his career at Tennessee, but probably not quite the defender, and maybe not quite as versatile as Josiah was during his 5 years at Tennessee. I think it's that stretch 4, maybe 3 if he's more like 6'6". But that's what's come to mind every time I've watched his tape and kind of tried to figure out what this roster is going to look like, which obviously requires a lot of work for next season. But I think it's a little bit of that Josiah Jordan-James role and maybe a little bit of a wing too.
We're talking to Grant Ramy covering Tennessee basketball for VolQuest.com. I want to get to some other options for Tennessee that they're pursuing in the transfer portal, one that's visiting right now. But Tobe Awaka is also a question with his name going into the transfer portal. But is the door open for him to still return? What do you think he's considering? Where are those conversations potentially, at least between those two sides?
Yeah, I think the door's wide open for Tobe to return. If Tobe wanted to come back to Tennessee, I think Tennessee would welcome him with open arms. I think they've discussed things. I think they've talked at least as of late last week, I think they were in discussions. I'm not sure what the timeline is or kind of where Tobe is in this process and kind of what all the options are for him, but I do believe that's something he's considering. I don't think he meets with Tennessee if that interest is not mutual. And a lot of things changed for Tobey when because he went in the portal the day before Jonas Adu went in the portal. And from my understanding, Tobey wanted kind of a bigger piece of the pie, an opportunity to get more minutes somewhere. And obviously, Tobey's got to fix the fouls per 40 minutes issues that he struggled with and get that under control if he does want more minutes. But when you take Jonas Adu out of the equation, that changes things for Tobey quite a bit. So I think that kind of caused a little bit of a reverse course and made him think about returning to Tennessee. And I think that's something where Tennessee's saying, hey, man, if you want to come back, we're going to welcome you back because if you can retain him, that's one less spot you have to go out in the portal and fill. And it's a guy who played really well for you in March.
I wonder if Tobey, if he comes back, do we just say, I was hacked with the Twitter post, or do we just say, you know what, my bad, I changed my mind. I wonder what approach he's going to use. What's up with Meshack? What do you see his role being next year? I know there was some talk a little bit about him possibly looking at the portal. Not saying that came from him, but a lot of chatter amongst Vol Nation. What do you see his role being next year? Because I feel like he probably could have played a lot more this season, but you had some transfers come in and play well, and so it affected him.
Yeah, I'm sure he's a guy that wants more minutes, and I think he might be a guy that deserves more minutes. I think he could be a starter for Tennessee next season because you know what you're going to get every night from him defensively. And I think offensively his game has grown since he started at Tennessee to where it is now. And he's going to have to continue that growth on the offensive end to get more minutes and to be a productive two-way player. But with Rick Barnes, obviously, he wants consistency, and he wants to know what he's going to get night in and night out. You know what you're going to get with Meshack defensively. And if he can score, that's great, too, because he is one of the best perimeter defenders in college basketball. And if you can match some offense with that, it makes you a pretty good player. Now, it just depends on kind of where this roster goes from here and what kind of work they do in the portal after adding Darlington Dubar and kind of what's next for this Tennessee basketball team. But I think he's a guy that's in line for more minutes, a little bit of a bigger role on this team, and somebody that, he's been around. He's a leader. He's a veteran. He's played a lot of minutes. He's done a lot of different stuff in terms of on the floor. I mean, he was a point guard when Zakai went down with the ACL last year in March, and he had to, play some point guard on-ball minutes in the NCAA tournament, so that was big for Tennessee then. So I think he's shown you that he can be valuable, and I think his presence and his production and everything should grow a little bit year over year.
Grant Ramy, VolQuest.com. Speaking of Zakai Ziegler, played a lot of minutes in the tournament, played a lot of minutes last season once he was 100% healthy. That's hard to expect him to do again. Freddie De Leon was supposed to be kind of the backup point guard. That did not work out. Do you see Tennessee going out and getting a combo guard or a true backup point guard? It's hard to believe a guy from the portal would sign up to be a backup, but more of a combo. When Zakai goes out, he can move over to point. How do you see Tennessee recruiting that position?
I think Tennessee might look for some young point guards in the portal, somebody that might fill that backup role that you're talking about, because you have quite a bit to sell there if you're a multi-year transfer, because Zakai's been so productive. He's been so good. He's come from a three-star kind of no-name, under-recruited guy that nobody knew who he was when he showed up at Tennessee, and now he's one of the best point guards in college basketball. So you have that development to sell that, hey, we can plug you in this offense and you can be the next Zakai Ziegler. And I think, in my opinion, I would have been looking for a young point guard from the start, because Zakai can handle those minutes. I just wouldn't be playing him 30, 33 minutes a night in January and in February. I would be looking for somebody that can get him, under 30 minutes consistently, and then turn it up in late February and March when you really have to have those minutes from him. That was the thing. They were relying on Zakai heavily in January and February, all through March. Like, his minutes never really changed. He was a guy that really, in March, he didn't come off the floor. I mean, he was playing 38, 39, 40-minute games. So I do think they need somebody. I mean, they got Jordan Gainey who could step over and handle the ball a little bit. I think Jamal Meshack could do that as well. But I do think you need somebody that's kind of next in line. You're bringing in Bishop Boswell, the four-star freshman from Charlotte, but I think he's a guy where if you have your preferences, you're not going to lean on him at all next season. Let him just get here and almost be like a redshirt kind of candidate. I don't know if they go down that road or not, but somebody that you don't have to, force onto the floor until his sophomore year, until Zakai's gone, because Zakai's going to give you so many minutes at point guard.
Grant Ramy, VolQuest, and there are other players who have visited or are currently doing so through the transfer portal. What are you watching right now for Tennessee guys that they're going after?
Cade Tyson, the Belmont forward, 6'7", I believe, 205, something like that. Shot really, really well from the three-point line at Belmont. Shot it just good in general. I mean, he's a good basketball player. I think Tennessee staff thinks he's a professional. Down the road, they think he's a pro, and they're, he's one of the biggest names on their board for that reason. The only problem there is he's a Charlotte, North Carolina native, and North Carolina's after him. And I think he's scheduling a visit. I don't know if it's been scheduled, but there's been talk about him going to North Carolina for a visit after the Tennessee visit. He was here over the weekend with Darlington Dubar. So if Tennessee could win that one, that would be a really, really big win, in my opinion. It would be huge for next season's roster, but you're battling UNC for an in-state North Carolina kid. So that's going to be tough there. The kid on campus today is Igor Milicic, the Charlotte forward, 6'10", 220, something like that. He averaged, I can't remember what his averages are off the top of my head. There's been so many players we've been kind of cycling through and trying to track. But another really good basketball player, a big presence, a guy that I believe is, who were we talking about before we came on here, Nebraska and Baylor, I think, were after him. So Baylor being after him tells you what kind of basketball player he is. He knows what he's doing. Tennessee getting him on campus, I think, is a big deal, and I think that's one that they're involved in there. Ohio State, Roddy Gale, the sophomore, Roddy Gale Jr. at guard. I think he's another guy that Tennessee's talking to, maybe trying to work on a visit with. That's another name to kind of monitor moving forward. It feels like it's always constantly changing, and there's a new name here and a new name there every day. But those are kind of the three right now that feels like you kind of turn to next in terms of who you're watching after the Darlington commitment.
Yeah, the list probably will need an update from when you started this segment with us, Grant, to now that it comes to a close. So VolQuest.com, you can read the work from Grant, Rob Lewis, covering what's going on with Tennessee basketball, coverage with the other sports as well. But the basketball season did not end with the end of coverage of what's happening with Rick Barnes' team and program. So VolQuest.com to read Grant's work and his colleagues as well. We appreciate you taking time to join us as always. Thanks so much, and hopefully we talk to you again soon.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me.
At Grant Ramy on Twitter as well. Grant Ramy from VolQuest. Darlington DeBar, the latest commitment yesterday, making that announcement. Grant talked to him. D-Stone.
D-Stone. That was exciting. My tweet was a perfect description of my reaction when I saw it. Yeah.
I saw your tweet. You're very excited?
Yeah, I was excited, man.
Okay.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Time to re-up, baby.
Is that with an Atlanta inflection? I thought so.
That's what it was. Yeah. I was excited. Very excited. I've been talking about Dalton Connect, maybe helping recruit the next Dalton Connect. I'm not saying that D-Stone's going to come in and be SEC Player of the Year or first-team All-American, but what Dalton was able to do at Tennessee is going to attract really good basketball players, and that's what's happening.
Tennessee is an attractive place. Jay Swain on auto-tune. That could be something.
I think it'd be good. We should do it, man.
We'll work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got all these AI tools as
T-Pain,
well. Makes it real easy.
Jay Swain. It's the same.
Mm-hmm. Similar.
Yeah, it's the same.
We'll continue the conversation. 865-656-9900. Jason Swain also questioning the numbers, the program. Bios or bios?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Jason, we'll continue here on Josh and Swain and invite you to join us, 865-656-9900 on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. We continue on Josh and Swain.
Yesterday's transistor radio is today's cell phone, but the signal is now worldwide. Stream us everywhere. 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing, a company that we have used at my home. This is a company that continues to grow. They do great work. They can help you with any solution you need at your home. They can help provide an update for you if you want to have something checked out. If you need something prevented, they can help you prevent future problems. They continue to grow as well. They're committed to craftsmanship. They are committed to continuously learning, adapting to industry advancements as well, and continuing to uphold the highest standards of quality with the work they do for you. They have a high standard of excellence at Wilson Brothers Plumbing, and we've experienced that at my home. If you search their name on Google, search Wilson Brothers Plumbing, you'll see 5-star reviews across the board. One of those came from me because of the great work they did for us at our house. If you need to get in touch with Wilson Brothers Plumbing, you can schedule service. You can learn more about the company by visiting wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
You know what sounds good right about now? Mouth-watering wings with an order of big fries. It's time to get some wings. And not just any wings. The wings that changed it all. Big Kahuna Wings Happy Hour is back, and it's not just a clever name. You'll be beyond happy with our drink specials from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. all week at our Farragut location. Big Kahuna Wings. Change your taste buds forever.
Don't miss the huge arcade gun and night show and sale this weekend at the Knoxville Expo Center, featuring thousands of rifles, shotguns, handguns, wholesale ammo, and reloading supplies, all at liquidation prices. It's like shopping at the world's largest sporting goods store. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4 at the Knoxville Expo Center.
Vol fans, this is VFL Chris Brown at Harper Volkswagen. We're excited to offer 0% financing on the 2024 Volkswagen Tiguan SUV and rates as low as 1.9% on the Made in Tennessee 2024 Volkswagen Atlas. Remember, Harper Auto Square is a proud partner of Tennessee Athletics and the #1 spot for Vol fans. Come see us and check out our extensive selection of new and pre-owned Volkswagens at Harper Volkswagen, 9901 Kingston Pike, or online at harpervw.com. Go Vols!
Join Josh and Swain this Thursday live at Frazier's Carpet One on Western Avenue and celebrate huge savings. Carpet, hardwood, ceramic, and more. Call today for a free in-home estimate. Frazier's, 546-4850.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like, 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Every day is a good day to focus on your health. If you suffer from conditions like migraines, intestinal issues, body pain, or are always tired, call doctors Jason and Alicia Bloom at Marble City Chiropractic. From newborns to 100 years, they give individualized chiropractic care based on your needs. They teach the 5 essentials of health and healing, creating a new mindset that focuses on nutrition, exercise, and spinal correction. For your consultation, please call Marble City Chiropractic at 865-766-2081 or go to MarbleCityChiropractic.com.
I'm Trista Crick with BetQL. You want to beat the books? The Celtics and Nuggets are big favorites to win their respective conferences, but I've got my eyes on a long shot. Forget the seeding. I'm putting my money on the Miami Heat to win the Eastern Conference. They're sitting at plus 1,600 right now to make the finals, something they've done in 3 of the last 4 years. Remember, this team was losing to the Bulls with 2 minutes left in the play-in last year and ran all the way to the finals. Don't count them out, because come April, it's Heat season. I'm Trista Crick, helping you beat the books and bet smarter with BetQL. Download the BetMGM app today.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace coming soon at Josh and Swain to follow.
Really?
Connect with us there. Connect with us in the text box, 865-656-9900. Chip taking a sip of Haterade, texting in. Swain, there isn't enough auto-tune to make your voice sound decent. Stick to sports talk radio.
Quit hating.
ESPN.com has a college football transfer portal live update page.
Oh, my God.
Going
it's
today.
Like NFL free agency.
I love it. The top headlines. Headline number 1, several linemen among Colorado Buffalo's players entering the portal. Headline number 2, Matthews enters portal. Latest in Aggies exodus. Headline number 3, Syracuse makes cornerback Lewis the latest portal addition. Next one, it's about Denard Robinson getting arrested. And then the next 2, Louisville's running back and Tennessee's linebacker entering the portal. Denard Robinson. He had a operating while intoxicated charge.
Come on, man. Michigan finally won a national championship. You got to stay out of the headlines. Michigan alums.
He's a staff member, former star quarterback at Michigan.
Oh, even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Even worse.
Yep.
So it's all about
according
the
to
portal.
police, happened at approximately 3:05 Monday morning. Not good.
Not good at all.
But the point being, 5 of the 6 main headlines plus the front page story is transfer portal related. Today is the opening of the spring 2-week window. Also, Caden Proctor from Iowa entering the transfer portal with a do not contact tag. As it is expected, he will return to Alabama. ESPN ranks him as the top player in the transfer portal. Running back Damian Martinez from Oregon State is number 2. Deion Hayes from Pittsburgh is number 3. He's a defensive lineman. Arkansas offensive tackle Andrew Chambly is number 4. Elijah Herring is number 5 in their ranking.
The Arkansas lineman. Is the Arkansas lineman? Hold on now.
Beep.
Beep. Bag it up, Terry. Put it in reverse. Tell me something about the Arkansas lineman again.
Well, I think would project at tackle, 6'6", exceptional length. In this write-up, struggled versus more explosive SEC edge rushers, needs to add more anchor power.
Needs to move to guard. If he struggled versus SEC power and he's looking to continue to be in SEC, sounds like he need to move to guard.
He's number 4 in the current ranking. Which
you know
will
what? We could use a guard.
Be fluid. Just happen to have a spot open at left guard.
I wouldn't say it's open, but it's open.
The starting spot, I would.
It's open. Yeah, it's open.
Yeah.
It's open.
Yeah, it's not open like left tackle was for Lance Hurd to walk onto campus day 1 as the starter, but it's open to compete for the position.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Elijah Herring, 5th rated player in the portal. That's good for him.
Yeah, he'll find a good spot. He will.
I hope so, man. I'm a fan of his and how hard he played and the passion, the energy he brought to the games when he was a freshman. I mean, you don't see freshmen show that type of emotion. Typically, they have big old eyeballs and they're overwhelmed. That wasn't Elijah Herring as a freshman at all. So I've been a fan of his and how he's carried himself. I wish him well.
Like or dislike the transfer portal, and you can have opinions on both sides. There are some things you can like, some things you can dislike.
I like it.
And I totally get either way. There is no denying the interest level and the impact on college football.
It's helped Tennessee more than hurt Tennessee in multiple sports. Baseball, whoo-hoo, man. We've literally been knocking it out of the park there. You got basketball, Don't Connect. You have Tennessee being able to address maybe some missteps with the offensive line in the past.
Very nice description.
To kind of fix that, patch that up with Lance Hurd. Yeah, man. Porter's been a friend in Tennessee. Big friend. I didn't think we would be saying that after, Peru was fired and everybody left. It felt like one of the last episodes of Fresh Prince when he was in the living room by himself. That's what it felt like.
It was a whole lot of carpet.
A whole lot of carpet. But now, look at us, man. We kind of like the portal kings from an athletic department standpoint.
Yeah, it's the Paul Rudd. Who would have thought? Look at us.
Look at us. Yeah, that's right. That's where you was going. That's where you're going. I'm with you. I get it.
Yep. And still looking young and fresh, just like Paul Rudd. That's Tennessee Athletics Transfer Portal Watch continues as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Swimsuit bodies, they're built right now. And if you need help getting started or leveling up, then you need to check out Ford Sanders Health and Fitness Center. Hey, this is Heather. I can tell you from personal experience, whether you're a total newbie to working out or you want to take your great fitness routine to the next level, you can get great results at Ford Sanders Health and Fitness Center. Pro tip, take advantage of the free health assessment and track your progress. It keeps you motivated, and I said, it's free. They've got 85 group fitness classes each week, a full weight room with free weights, dumbbells, kettlebells, and machines, and every piece of cardio equipment under the sun. They also have the indoor pool that's open all year round, basketball, racquetball, pickleball, and tennis courts. Everything you need to get in shape is at Ford Sanders Health and Fitness Center, and all memberships are month-to-month with no long-term contracts. And free childcare comes with the family membership. You can call them today at 531-5000 or find them online at fshfc.com.
Summer is around the corner, and one day only, Saturday, April 20th, first time ever, a limited number of lake lots are being released to the public. Experience resort living at a fraction of the price. Lake lots with boat slips from $64.9. 2-acre wooded estate lots from just $79.9. Lake cottage package with boat slip only $349.9. Private golf cart access to a new marina. 10 miles of walking trails, 3.5 miles of shoreline. Brand new 25,000 square foot clubhouse. Summer waterfront concerts, pickleball, pool, on-site coffee shop, and much more. Play on the lake or relax at the waterfront restaurant. Just over 20 minutes from Knoxville and a short drive to the Smoky Mountains. Financing available. Call to secure your private tour. Times are limited. Enjoy life on the water, fresh air boat rides, and sunshine. Celebrate the lake life. Limited property release Saturday, April 20th. Call 865-408-9992 or better yet, visit lakelivingtn.com. Memories start here.
Discover the future of golf with TrackMan Range exclusively at Fairways and Greens Golf Center. Fine-tune your game with radar ball tracking accuracy and data feedback. TrackMan Range offers something for everyone, from all ages and all skill levels. It enables you to capture tour-level ball data, play top-ranked virtual courses worldwide, or just have a blast playing interactive games. Visit Fairways and Greens or go online at fairwaysandgreens.com. Become a member and see why TrackMan Range is the new practice made perfect.
It's Hoop Tea Madness here at 99.1 The Sports Animal. Listen for the cue to call in weekdays, and you could get qualified for the ultimate Hoop Tea Outdoor Experience Package, including 2 tickets to the PGA Tour Wells Fargo Championship in Charlotte. The grand prize winner will also score 2 paddle boards, a sweet outdoor cornhole set, a rugged outdoor cooler, and an outdoor patio umbrella, plus $1,000, all compliments of Hoop Tea. Refreshing, bright, spiked iced tea.
Don't miss the huge arcade gun and knife show and sale this weekend at the Knoxville Expo Center, featuring thousands of rifles, shotguns, handguns, wholesale ammo, and reloading supplies, all at liquidation prices. It's like shopping at the world's largest sporting goods store. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4 at the Knoxville Expo Center.
Picture it, the warm summer sun and your own refreshing, beautiful pool. Call Pools by Heritage today and you'll have a backyard oasis in no time. Great deals are on now, so beat the summer rush. From design, construction to maintenance, Pools by Heritage does everything in-house. They've built gunite pools for years. Your only limitation is your imagination. Be sure to ask about pool houses, outdoor kitchens, and fire pits too. Call now, 947-7527 for Pools by Heritage or visit poolsbyheritage.com.
Need a new roof? You need Mo Shingles. Need new siding? You need Mo Shingles. Mo Shingles, locally owned and operated with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and over 100 5-star reviews. Free estimates, moshingles.com, 770-0506.
This is WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, streaming worldwide on the Sports Animal app and website, 991thesportsanimal.com. 99.1 The Sports Animal, the station where the Vols play.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute. Team USA's basketball roster was revealed yesterday. It's wild to think that the Olympic team used to be amateurs, because the 2024 version is more like a Legends team. LeBron, Steph, and KD all north of 35. Then some of the younger guys like Anthony Davis and Joel Embiid. Obviously, this is an all-time collection of talent. But considering age, this could end up being a bigger challenge than this team has had in recent Olympics. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. And in the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Hour number 2 of Josh and Swain begins. Thank you for being with us. Very quick update or correction. We just discussed last hour how spring window you can't transfer SEC to SEC, which would also apply to our conversation about the Arkansas offensive lineman, as Justin from Sevierville reminded us. So he might go make a transition to guard at ACC or Big Ten school, but Tennessee is unlikely unless there's some kind of waiver that would be unexpected.
See, look at me, man.
Quick reminder
over here
that.
just
You get so excited.
the rules. Yeah,
you get so excited about transfer possibilities as the live update is running. You think, remember the first Wednesday in February, how that was such a wild, crazy day? This isn't that.
It's like a holiday.
But this is a bigger day than the first Wednesday in February, even though you still have some high schoolers that sign. This is much bigger.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't feel it. I don't feel it yet.
No, I'm not saying the way it used to be. I'm saying now. I'm saying currently you forget on the first Wednesday of February that it's signing day.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about the old days when
more
the Jason Swains of the world were signing.
Well, I committed early, so the hay was in the barn, man. Hay was in the barn on signing day.
When the Aaron Sears and Robert Meachams of the world were signing.
Yeah, that was a big shot. Him and Brett Smith, those guys kind of shocked everybody with their announcement and their commitment. But yeah, man, I forgot all about that, man. We reported it, and then me getting all excited about the possibility of improving the squad, just let it go that quick.
Can you allow me 30 seconds to a minute here? I feel like something's got to be addressed. There's been the Tennessee McLovin thing over the last, 5-6 weeks when he took a jab at the Vols when they celebrated the outright SEC championship. Said, hey, you're supposed to have bigger goals. Andrew Perloff now, McLovin from the Dan Patrick Show. He had the CBS Sports Minute a moment ago. Can he stop it? I'm a McLovin fan. He was great on the Dan Patrick Show, the Danettes, all that stuff. His takes the last several weeks have been atrocious. I'm not saying they're going to win every game by 25 points, but the Olympic roster featuring Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Jason Tatum, Drew Holiday is the best perimeter defender on earth right now, Tyrese Halliburton, one of the most exciting point guard ball distributors in the game, Bam Adebayo. I mean, they'll have to figure out minutes and all that stuff, but we get a chance to see LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Steph on the floor at the same time. Good luck with defensive rotation.
And maybe Anthony Edwards?
Yeah.
At the same time? Jason
Anthony
Tatum?
Davis just had a spectacular season. He's still one of the best defensive big men in the game. We don't have to try so hard to create takes that are going to frustrate people. I don't think people in Knoxville or East Tennessee care that much about the Olympic roster, at least today. There'll be more interest in the summer. But with that coming, it's been expected. Team USA is now finalizing that roster. And these guys are going to be gone from the game here in the next few years. So the fact that we get to see them together I think it's pretty cool. So we don't have to shoot down everything. It's okay to be supportive of the USA team, and I think it's okay to be optimistic about what LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, and Jason Tatum will do as a team.
Yeah, like the original Dream Team had some washed-up players, some washed-up legends that were on their way out of the game, and mixed in with some young players and mixed in with some vets that were in the prime. And this team has that. Not saying we'll see the same results. There's no MJ on this team, but this is a dang good team, man. This is the best of the best. We remember when they didn't take it serious years ago and got beat, and the Redeem team changed that. They're not going to not go out there and just let the opponents from a different country just sneak up on them and beat them. That's not going to happen. You're going to get the best now. So I'm proud of you, man. Look at you standing up for what's right.
Enough's enough here.
You're right, man.
Enough's enough.
You kind of like a hero today.
Thank you. We did get a text from Ty who said Jalen Brunson snubbed. That's fine. If you want to question a couple of spots on the roster, I think that also says something about the depth of talent. You have a lot of international talent that has grown as well. Giannis, Jokic is going to win another MVP, just won the title a year ago. But it's a pretty good roster. I think they're going to find some open shots.
I think they're going to be okay.
So there is that. Thank you for that. What turned into 90 seconds, 2 minutes.
You do have your own show, Josh. You are allowed to do that.
It's Josh and Swain.
You want to.
Here on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and
support.
AM 640 The Sports Monster.
I told you yesterday, man, if you want to run the Boston Marathon, I'm here for support. If you want to get it off your chest about the Dream Team sports takes, then I'm here with you.
What else has Perloff said? Justin Jefferson, he's a system wide receiver. That was one of his takes.
System. That Kirk Cousins is the one who put him on.
That's right.
Kirk Cousins put him on. Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Justin Jefferson.
Okay, buddy.
This past season, January 7th, with I think Mullins at quarterback. Is that who it was? 12 catches, 192 yards on 14 targets. All right.
Wait, somebody call Kirk Cousins and make sense of all this.
Where's Kirk?
Where's Kirk when you need him?
Tony asked in the text box, are we interested in Martinez, the running back from Oregon State? No. I'm sure Tennessee would be interested.
I think the
price tag is not of interest to several schools, Tennessee included, as ESPN's Pete Thamel reported that he was set to make $400,000 at Oregon State. So I think that makes him unlikely to join Tennessee, and a lot of schools will probably cross him off the list if that is the price tag or close to it.
I want to know who's going to pay him. And when he picks a school, I want to know if it's going to be more than the $400 he turned down at Oregon State that was reported by Pete Thamel. I mean, there's a lot of SEC running backs that are not making that much. Starting SEC running backs, not making that much, but he turned it down. I think it's important to know the market.
Would it be worth it to go somewhere else, make a little less, but play in a big conference schedule? Oregon State's schedule this season will be Idaho State, San Diego State, Oregon, Purdue, Colorado State, UNLV, Nevada, Cal, San Jose State, Washington State, Air Force, Boise State.
Well, I mean, what's the reason why he turned down the $400,000? Did he say, well, I just don't want to be at Oregon State, and it's not about the money. I would rather take less money but play on a bigger stage. I mean, you look at D. Stone Dubar's comments about never playing in the NCAA tournament, and he'll be able to do that at Tennessee. Sometimes it's more than money. It really is. Now, for a running back, I don't know how smart that is because
get your money while you can, because that's tough at the next level.
You better get it while you can, but we don't know the entire reason why he turned down that money from Oregon State. It just sounds like he thought he can get more somewhere else, which I don't know if he can.
Yeah, I would also encourage and remind running backs in some cases, hey, you don't have to be the guy that is going to be the offense. You can save it for the next level.
If I'm a running back, I don't want to be the guy. Like, I want to be one of the guys because I want to be fresh.
Tennessee's group of running backs last season benefited from 3 players being able to carry their role. Yeah. Jalen Wright was the lead back for Tennessee, but Jabari Small and Dylan Sampson were both important for Tennessee's offense.
Man, I bet if we go look up, Jalen Wright's game-by-game stats last year, we could see games where he didn't have a tremendous amount of carries. And years ago, you wanted those carries. I mean, I can count right here. There are 4 games where Jalen Wright had less than 10 carries. Only 1 game where he had anywhere close to 20. The most he's had was 19 versus Texas A&M, 16 versus Florida, 16 versus South Carolina. That's really it. 13 versus Austin Peay. So, my man fresh. So fresh and so clean. Ready for the league.
There's some Raiders projections out there. How much would you love that?
I would love it.
Tom Brady handing off to Jalen Wright?
Handing off what? Not a football. Not in the game.
Now, Tom's still in the works to be a minority owner with the Raiders, also planning to be in the booth this upcoming season, but left it open last week during a podcast interview to the idea of getting a call and going back and playing.
You can hand him a handshake. You can hand him his hand. That's what he can do. But you're not going to be handing him a football in any type of
I don't know.
game.
Does Jalen have an endorsement yet with apparel? Maybe a Noble deal or something like that?
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully he gets it. Get the big check. It's time for Jalen Wright to get his, man. He's been behind other running backs. He's been passed over. He's worked for this. It's time for him to get his.
That run against Georgia, that was a money-making run. Combine numbers he put up were too, but
that run and the combine numbers, he's good. He's ready for primetime football. Sunday night football, Monday night football. I hope he goes to a really good team. That's I think the beauty of the position he's in, that he won't go top 10, so he won't go to a team that stinks. So he has the opportunity to go to a team that's in the playoff hunt. I want him to go to the Cowboys. I want him to get that love like Zeke Elliott got that love from Jerry Jones. Jerry loves Zeke, man. He wanted to adopt Zeke.
He did.
He loved that dude.
Yeah.
It's like he was his son. And then you had to, business was business. He had to cut him. But, man, Jerry loves Zeke Elliott. I want Jerry to love Jalen Wright like that. And he will if he's a Cowboy.
Teams in the top 10 stink?
Most of the time.
The Bears have 2 of those top 10 picks.
Yeah, we stink a lot. They're my team, which makes it easy for me to tell the truth.
The top pick belongs to Chicago, then Washington, New England, Arizona, and the Chargers, with the draft set to begin next Thursday. We'll have more conversation about Jalen Wright, other Vols hoping to be drafted or find NFL opportunities next Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We'll continue the conversation. We have more college football to get to. Jesse Simonton of On 3 in 15 minutes. We invite you to join us. Call or text in at 865-656-9900 on Josh and Swain.
When you want to get away from all the daily noise, escape to the Sports Animal Stream on our app, smart speaker, or online. Text STREAM to 656-9900 for a listing of ways you can stream us.
Fellas, if you've been feeling tired, grumpy, you've noticed something different with your motivation and drive, maybe you've noticed some weight gain, loss of muscle mass. These could be signs of low testosterone levels. At Low T Center, they're going to make it easy for you to get those levels checked. It is a simple blood test. And with their on-site lab, you will get your results back in about 25 minutes. Low T Center is concierge medicine for men. Their physicians specialize in treating low testosterone. They've been doing this for years with most health insurance accepted. They have affordable and convenient treatment options, including physician-monitored self-inject treatments that ship directly to your home each month. This is what I love. The reason why is because it saves me a trip to the center for those weekly visits. Right now at Low T Center, it is only $25 to get your T level tested. Make your health and quality of life priority. Go to the website. That's lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online today. That's lowtcenter.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
Elevate your products today with Native Nursery. Now open to contractors and landscapers. We're your one-stop destination, offering quality wholesale plants, trees, and landscaping materials. We'll even take your leaves and hardscape waste for a low flat rate. If you are a contractor or landscaper, make Native Nursery your go-to location today.
Call or come by and see Ben and Ted. 865-315-0123 and 3473 Louisville Road. 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road exit.
You know what sounds good right about now? Mouth-watering wings with an order of big fries. It's time to get some wings. And not just any wings. The wings that changed it all. Big Kahuna Wings Happy Hour is back, and it's not just a clever name. You'll be beyond happy with our drink specials from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. all week at our Farragut location. Big Kahuna Wings. Change your taste buds forever. It's Hoop D Madness here at 99.1 The Sports Animal. Listen for the cue to call in weekdays, and you could get qualified for the ultimate Hoop D outdoor experience package, including 2 tickets to the PGA Tour Wells Fargo Championship in Charlotte. The grand prize winner will also score 2 paddle boards, a sweet outdoor cornhole set, a rugged outdoor cooler, and an outdoor patio umbrella, plus $1,000, all compliments of Hoop D. Refreshing, bright, spiked iced tea.
Don't miss the huge arcade gun and knife show and sale this weekend at the Knoxville Expo Center, featuring thousands of rifles, shotguns, handguns, wholesale ammo, and reloading supplies, all at liquidation prices. It's like shopping at the world's largest sporting goods store. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4 at the Knoxville Expo Center.
691-1211. That's the number you need to call to change your financial future. That number gets you to Steve Vasgard Wealth and Retirement Strategies. Everyone in East Tennessee knows Steve Vasgard's work. Steve shows you how to grow your wealth without using the stock market. What if I told you you can earn 6 to 7% with no risk, no losses? That's not too good to be true. Steve has been doing this for decades. He can do it for you as well. All you have to do is call Steve Vasgard at 865-691-1211. 691-1211. Steve will send you a no-obligation video that explains the entire process. It's under 4 minutes long, no risk, no obligation. Let Steve show you how to protect your nest egg without stock market volatility. And the best part, Steve Vasgard Wealth and Retirement Strategies will never charge you a fee. 865-691-1211, 691-1211, or find out more online at wealthwithwisdom.com.
Experience the best attractions and restaurants East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices with our Sweet Deal of the Week. Don't miss out. Check out 991thesportsanimal.com and click on Sweet Deal.
Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Once again, voted one of the top 25 sports midday shows in America by Barrett Sports Media.
Thank you for being with us. We'll talk to Jesse Simonton of On 3 coming up 10 minutes from now. We'll see what he thinks about Tennessee's football team, the Nico talk, the offense for the Vols coming out of the spring game this past weekend at 1:30. We're with you until 3 o'clock on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster, wherever, however you are tuning into today's show. We appreciate you. We're live on YouTube as well, the 99.1 Sports Animal YouTube channel. We had Bill call in and ask about Elijah Herring, the linebacker from Tennessee, who is entering the transfer portal. ESPN ranked him 5th among transfer portal entries to this point. There will be other names that go in as well as the portal opens up today, but the question was why? Herring had played a good amount this past season. He spent the last 2 years in Knoxville, did not participate in spring practice, but Elijah Herring going into the transfer portal at linebacker?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the best move for him. You look at last year's games, he's picked on. He was picked on by Florida. I mean, Tennessee had no business losing to that Florida team. And the reason why is because we just wasn't as good as we need to be at the linebacker position athletically. And Herring played hard, but I thought Florida exposed our linebackers. Missouri took what Florida did and exploited our linebackers. And I think if you're Elijah Herring, if you want an opportunity to play at the collegiate level, the short window you have to play football, I think the writing is on the wall. When you look at some of the young backers that were playing last year, they're more athletic, they're more explosive. And when they learn the defensive system and they get more comfortable and they make those gains in the weight room, they're going to pass you up. So you might as well do it now and don't waste a year going, get into the portal, get to a new place, and get yourself on the football field. So I think that's the reason why he did it. I think it's the right decision. I thought it was a very mature decision by him to get out in front of him and do it now rather than wait too late. Because, your ego can make you say, no, I'm staying. I'm about to fight. I'm about to battle out. And there's a time to do that. Don't get me wrong. You don't always need to run when there's competition. But there also is a time to be smart and not run into a brick wall. I think this is one of those times where you say, you know what, let me just go ahead and get up out of here, go somewhere else where I know I can play and get some reps. I think this is what he's doing.
So this upcoming fall, Keenan Peely will help lead that group at linebacker. Two second-year guys that we'll talk about a lot over the next few months, Jeremiah Thielander and Arion Carter, will play a big role for Tennessee at linebacker as well.
Oh, yeah. I like Thielander, man. You can tell that he's a student of the game. His dad's a high school coach. You can tell. Athletic. I remember watching a scrimmage last fall, and the twos were in, and Nico was at quarterback. And Nico threw a pass across the middle. And Nico, I think, underestimated Thielander's athleticism because he tried to throw it over the top of him. Didn't think he would get up and get it. Man, this man Thielander it was like he had springs in his shoes. Jumped up, two hands, picked the ball off. I was like, oh, yeah, this guy's athletic. He's a good one. And then we saw him go in at crucial times on third down throughout the season. That just tells you that Tim Banks and company trust him. He's only going to get better.
Thielander is a Gainesville High School in Georgia product as well.
He's only going to get better. Only going to be more confident. He's only going to get quicker, stronger, faster. So you might as well go somewhere else.
So Elijah Herring will enter the transfer portal and look to go somewhere else, and he'll find a good spot. He'll find a good program. I'd say several that are interested in him, as Tennessee will turn to Thielander, to Carter, to Keenan Peely at linebacker. That'll be a position group we talk a lot about over the next few months. We'll talk about Tennessee and the SEC and college football post-spring with Jesse Simonton of On 3 when we come back. We begin the second half of today's show. 90 minutes to go on Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 These Sports Animals' biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of sports animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly sports animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club. The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Lady Vols forward Rakia Jackson was selected 4th overall by the Los Angeles Sparks in last night's WNBA draft. It's the 4th year in a row Tennessee has had a player taken in the first round. Jackson is the 19th Lady Vol taken in the first round. Iowa's Caitlin Clark went number 1 overall as expected to the Indiana Fever. Tennessee baseball takes on Bellarmine in a non-conference game at Lindsey Nelson Stadium tonight. The Vols have won 6 straight and are coming off an SEC series sweep over LSU. First pitch is at 6 o'clock. The NBA play-in games begin tonight with the Western Conference games. The Lakers face the Pelicans for the 7-8 matchup at 7:30. The Warriors visit the Kings for the 9-10 game at 10 o'clock. The Tennessee Smokies begin a 6-game homestand against the Montgomery Biscuits at Smoky Stadium tonight. First pitch is at 7. NHL tonight, 7 o'clock. Bruins host the Senators. Red Wings visit the Canadiens. Flyers take on the Capitals. Blue Jackets meet the Hurricanes. Panthers take on the Maple Leafs at 7:30. Jets host the Kraken at 8. 10 o'clock. Golden Knights host the Blackhawks. Canucks host the Flames. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-462-3333. That's 800-462-3333. 800-462-3333.
Ah, spring. It's time to open up the house and let in the fresh air and sunshine, unless your windows are foggy. And you can't see out of them if they're foggy. They're no longer energy efficient, too. Let Instiglass restore your windows and doors before the summer heat strikes. Instiglass can have crystal clear glass installed fast. Get glass fast by calling Instiglass at 865-567-4555. INSTIGlass.com.
Golf season is here, and an eagle awaits you at Sevierville Golf Club. The very best golf in the beautiful Smoky Mountains is ready for you. 2 18-hole championship courses with breathtaking views, unique layouts, and pristine enough to be named the best maintained public golf course in all of Tennessee. All of this makes for a round of golf you won't soon forget. So challenge your game with all the elements of rolling hills, water, sand, and quick greens. Visit SeviervilleGolfClub.com to book your tee time or to learn more about memberships. Sevierville Golf Club, an eagle awaits you.
It's Nico time in Tennessee. That's right, ball fans. Get ready for the most hard-hitting, electrifying, play-making deals in real estate you've ever seen. Oh, wait. I should probably clarify. I'm Nick Nico, spelled N-I-C-A-U-D, with the Nick Nico team at Keller Williams. If you're looking to be like our Vols in your real estate moves, our Nico team is the hard-hitting, electrifying, play-making team for you. Don't listen to everyone say the market's tough, prices are up, where do I move to? Our team has the market knowledge that we call the Nico know-how. We know the area. Raised right here in Knoxville, I know what moves, so our team just cuts through what everyone else might see as an obstacle. And we turn it into an opportunity. Sell high and buy low on your next dream home with our Nico know-how. Let our team become your team. Check us out online, NicoTeam.com. That's NICAUD team.com.
Good morning, Gerald. Are you ready to do your radio commercials?
I sure am.
Gerald, is that a new phone?
It sure is.
Is that a 17?
Nope. Prototype 19.
What? Do you even know how to work that thing?
I sure do. Check out this new feature. Siri on my phone. Which dealership's got it going on?
Here's what I found. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike in Knoxville has got it going on.
Hey, Siri, you're the greatest.
It's nice to be appreciated.
Now that's a cool feature.
Just like Siri says, Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
It's time to refresh your home for spring with Zero Res carpet and air duct cleaning. You know, traditional carpet cleaners, they use soaps, harsh chemicals that can leave sticky residue and attach dirt over time. When you call the experts at Zero Res, you're going to enjoy services that stay cleaner longer without dirt attracting residue. And right now, when you mention me, Tyler Ivinson of Sports Animal, you're going to get 3 rooms of carpet clean for only $119. Hurry, book online now at ZeroResKnoxville.com.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
It's another warm day. We got highs near 84 degrees, some clouds here and there, but should see more sunshine this afternoon. We are going to see more clouds, though, overnight, only dropping to about 66 degrees by Wednesday morning, into the mid-70s with more scattered rain and storms on Wednesday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
4 out of 5 sports fans listen to Tennessee football talk on the Sports Animal Stream. The 5th is an Alabama fan, and he can't listen to anything since the batteries died at his transistor radio in 1981. All fact, no fluff. Honest, credible sports information from two guys that know the facts. Here's Josh and Swain on the Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain, thank you for being with us. Next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain, I'm Josh Ward, and we are excited to welcome to the show Jesse Simonton from On3.com, covering the world of college football, a world that is always spinning as the transfer portal window has opened up for post-spring activity over the next couple of weeks. Jesse, thanks for taking time to join us, as always. How are you?
Josh?
Tennessee wrapped up spring practice this past weekend, had the spring game at Neyland Stadium. Did you have takeaways? Anything stand out to you with Tennessee closing out spring and some new players, transfers, of course, being part of the conversation in the game this past weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I had a piece at On3 that I kind of, I think, first off, to make sweeping conclusions from any of these spring games, it would be foolhardy. Even more so now with the portal, just because these rosters are likely to change. But I do think you can, it's almost like playing the game of Clue, where you don't want to end the statement with an exclamation point. You kind of want to end it with a question mark. And so I had kind of a rundown at On3 where just kind of some initial, things that make me say, And for Tennessee, I thought, hey, this was a receiver room a year ago that I, probably didn't live up to expectations. You lose Hyatt, you lose Tillman, but I think they probably thought they had more there than they did. Guys get hurt, dinged up, I understand. But I thought the receivers really, kind of turned some heads Saturday. The kid they got from Tulane, I think is going to be a big-time playmaker on the perimeter. Obviously, you have Squirrel White. You get Brew back healthy. We'll see about Thornton. I kind of like some of the pieces there, kind of surrounding Nico. The focus is always going to be on Nico. I understand that. But how can they, best support this, 5-star quarterback who only has one career start? You give him a lot of playmakers on the perimeter, and I like what Tennessee has out there.
What do you think about Tennessee's running back situation?
Yeah, there, Jason, I think that they could use a little bit more. I mean, that is what makes Josh Heupel's offense go. That's the engine. Tennessee's got, some veteran pieces still up front along the offensive line. I know that they, like the guys that they have in that room, but Damian Martinez is a guy who's already entered the portal. Henry Parrish is one. I know he's been linked to Ole Miss, but, running back, and talking to folks, running back, receiver are going to be two of the biggest, I think, entries over the next 2 weeks in terms of options teams are going to have. And I think it would behoove Tennessee to maybe grab another body. It doesn't necessarily have to be Damian Martinez, but somebody that can come in there and kind of share the load and really eat up some carries, particularly in some of those inside zone runs.
I don't think there's a doubt that Tennessee needs another running back at this point when you have two players that are injured and young players and unproven players. The question is, do you want to pay that number for a running back? And Tennessee may not add a running back because they don't want to do that. But I think it's clear they need a back that they can rely on that has experience, that's going to be healthy, because you don't know what the young backs are going to do and how they're going to recover from injury.
Yeah, I mean, to your point, Jason, I think Tennessee and Miami are in a very similar situation. Miami, their number one guy if Mark Fletcher, he was probably the best freshman running back in the ACC a year ago, but he gets hurt in the bowl game. There's real uncertainty about, his availability, I think, to start the season. And when they start the season with a team like Florida, I mean, they need to be as at full strength as possible. I think the Hurricanes are going to be willing to pay. They're going to be willing to kind of throw out some change for a top flight back. Whereas maybe Tennessee and some of these other schools say, hey, we'll take a flyer on somebody, but we're not going to, break the bank, for a position that compared to others maybe isn't quite as valuable.
Jesse Simonton is with us from On3, covering the world of college football. The transfer portal window did just open. What is the reality of the spring conversation with the transfer window? There can be maybe some anticipation of chaos, bunch of players entering. I'm sure that there are a lot of conversations that take place behind the scenes. What is it like in college football right now with the spring window and just the talk of transfer opportunities?
Well, there's thus far, and again, it's very early on day one.
Yeah.
But thus far, I do think that the idea that it was a doomsday scenario, or that this was going to be, an earthquake of movement, we haven't seen that yet. And so I think there's been far more kind of fodder and behind-the-scenes rumors about guys who may or may not jump into the portal. But it's early. I think the one thing that's probably suppressing, because right now, guys, I mean, the players have as much power as they've ever had in this sport. The fact that you have, we're seeing guys who transferred in December and are now re-entering the portal again, whether that's renegotiating, re-leveraging, want a fresh start, didn't like where the situation was at spring practice. I do think some of the talent has at least been suppressed a little bit because of this SEC rule where the SEC, you can't transfer within the conference. And so where the majority of the best players are, they're either in the Big Ten or in the SEC right now. Well, if I'm at Tennessee and I'd like to go to South Carolina, or maybe I'm at, Kentucky and I want to come play for Tennessee, I can't do that. And so that I think is maybe limiting some of the options. Case in point, the best teams right now, Georgia, Texas, Oregon, Alabama, several of these teams, LSU, several of these teams all need defensive tackles. But where do the best defensive tackles come from? They all come from the SEC. So if you can't get, if you're not going to be able to get them there, where are they going to go? I don't think that, I'm not sure a Big Ten school other than a couple are going to actually pony up, for those types of players. And so there's not going to be the movement at those positions, and there's some scarcity there. So it is an interesting dichotomy right now, as there's this anticipation that we're going to have a whirlwind of movement. Maybe it's going to come, but maybe because of some of the parameters around where we are with this spring portal, it's not going to happen as dizzying as maybe some anticipated.
With Coach Calipari leaving Kentucky, how do you see Kentucky's NIL with football being affected? Better, worse, the same?
It's a football school now, right? Mark Stoops won. I mean, who would have won that bet that he would have not only outlasted John Calipari, but frankly, kind of won a little war there. I mean, I would. Jason, I think if we're being honest, it's got to be the basketball school. It still is going to take precedent. But Kentucky's been willing to pay. I mean, they're paying Mark Stoops, almost $9 million a year to coach, so or $8 million. So they clearly are much more invested as a football institution than they ever have been historically.
Jesse Simonton on 3. This is a middle of April question, so I'm sure it's fluid between now and the start of the football season. But coming out of spring, where would you rank or place Tennessee among the SEC teams that'll battle this season? Where would you kind of place the Vols right now, projecting toward the 24 season?
Yeah, that's a good question, Josh. I would say, in terms of, instead of like a specific number, I would say I probably have them in that tier 3. And so if I'm breaking it down, I would have Georgia and Texas probably in tier 1, Alabama, Ole Miss, in Tier 2, and Tennessee, Missouri. I might put Missouri actually in Tier 2 as well. Maybe Tennessee, LSU, Texas A&M kind of in that same tier together. That's where I would have. I think they're a solid top 25 team. I think if some things go right, I really like what they have on the defensive line. Probably a little bit thin at linebacker. Some real questions, I think, in the secondary, even though they kind of reloaded there. If Banks' unit can continue to improve and you get out of Nico what you think you can, this is a team that I think can win 10 games and compete for a college football playoff spot.
Is Missouri, is it Tier 2 because of the team, because of the schedule combo? What would you say there?
Absolutely. Absolutely, it's a combo. I mean, this is probably the best. There's a reason why Ole Miss and Missouri, those two programs are kind of pushing their chips all in. There's only so many years where everything's going to kind of coalesce together, with both from a roster standpoint, from a schedule. Obviously, every SEC schedule is difficult, but some are much harder than others, as teams like Florida and Georgia and Alabama will see this season. I think Missouri that it's set up for them to they should be a college football playoff contender. Not necessarily saying they're going to make it, but with what they have returning, they should be a college football playoff contender. Same for Ole Miss.
By the way, you mentioned Florida. That schedule, I don't know how anybody would succeed with that. What's the story there in Gainesville? Where are things for Billy Napier, the Gators? DJ Lagway, I know, is creating excitement. So what's the story at Florida?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really TBD. I actually thought that their spring game, the rewatch on that, it was Lagway. I think they had the irony with Florida, Josh, is that they probably actually have the most important position down just fine. I think Graham Mertz is pretty good. He actually was better than I think people even thought last season, especially if you look at his stats. I mean, solid touchdown interception ratio, average I think over 8 or 9 yards per attempt, 73% completion. The Lagway, I mean, he's going to play this fall. There's no way they're going to keep him off the field. I don't think he's going to start because Mertz is solid, but he's going to, you're going to see him, probably play every couple series because he's too good to keep off the field. The question is, what else is around these guys? I really like Eugene Wilson at receiver. They need another big body out there. They've been a mess defensively the last 2 seasons. I think, the hope for Gator fans, frankly, is if they can find their way to a bowl game, which is wild to say for a team that has multiple national championships, in the last 20 years. But if they can find their way to a bowl game, Napier comes back, and then you ride with Lagway in 25, that's probably their best bet. But damn, this is a gauntlet. I mean, I don't know if I've ever seen a schedule like this. I mean, you're talking, especially even if you just look at it 1 through 12, it's insane. But then when you break it down, like when they're playing these games, it's even that much more difficult. I mean, they're in slate where it's basically like Georgia, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Florida State, something like that. It maybe not in that exact order, but it's something like those 4 teams to end the season is just nuts. They play Miami to open the year. They play USF or UCF, like in week 3 or 4. It's an insane slate. It's a truly insane slate.
Yeah, Final 5: Georgia, Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, Florida State.
Oh, I forgot the number 3 team in the country. Yeah, Texas. Yeah, I mean, that is just absurd.
Yeah, with 2 of them at their home stadium.
Hey, you want to play the best, man. You play the best.
Yeah, everybody likes a good challenge.
That's right. You play the best.
Yeah.
Outside
Swain
of
was trying to get Wyoming on Tennessee's schedule recently, but that's a separate conversation.
Hush. Outside of Napier, hottest seat, who else? Second hottest seat in the SEC?
I mean, I hate to say this because he's one of the beloved characters in college football, but there's no way it's not Mr. Yes Sir Sam Pittman. I mean,
man.
Yeah, it's he was one of the one you never want to say you don't want to win too early or because this sport's about wins and losses. I mean, that's what it's about. But I think that the success he had early on, that 9-win season in year 2, and then to kind of have back-to-back years where you've kind of, slipped a little bit, that's been tough. And then, they kind of go over his head and you bring in Bobby P to coach the offense again. And the offense looked fun on Saturday. Taylor, the green kid from Boise State, was running all over the field from the quarterback position. But I would not be shocked, Jason, if, come mid-November, if Bobby Petrino was suddenly, interim head coach Bobby Petrino at Arkansas. We'll see. I hope not for Sam's case. Again, I really like Sam Pittman, but would not surprise me if that's how this plays out.
Yeah, which would be another example of the wild world that college football can be. If we're talking about Arkansas, interim head coach Bobby Petrino, there's some history there too. Jesse Simonton covering college football. The offseason is here, but it's going to continue to be very busy. Jesse does great work covering the sport, SEC, Tennessee-related topics that he's written about as well. On3.com to read his work and follow through the rest of the offseason into August and September. Hey, Jesse, thanks for the time today. Always great to have you on the show. Hopefully we talk to you again soon.
You the man, Jesse.
Good to hop on with you guys. Thanks, man.
Thanks, Jesse. Jesse Simonton on 3, joining us here on Josh and Swain. Braves fan as well, so good American joining us on the show. We'll continue. We invite you to join us. You can call or text in at 865-656-9900. That's the number to call or text as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Step into your perfect fit at New Balance Knoxville. Discover iconic lifestyle shoes like the 574s and 327s, the ultimate blend of retro vibes with modern flair, keeping you looking fresh and feeling fantastic. Complete your look with the exclusive New Balance apparel collection. From performance shorts tailored to your every run to cozy hoodies. Visit New Balance Knoxville today, located at the Suburban Shopping Center off Kingston Pike, just west of Westtown Mall.
Peak IV Hydration. They have blends for literally anything that might be ailing you. Want to recover more quickly? Peak IV Hydration has sports-specific recovery blends that you can use. Deal with migraines. More than half of people that struggle with migraines, it's because of some combination of a sodium or magnesium deficiency. They can help you with that. And immunity-boosting formulas. Nobody does it better than Peak IV Hydration. 906 Sevier Avenue in Knoxville or online, peakivhydration.com.
Come experience Array, the newest and most exciting variety show in Pigeon Forge. Array features the area's most talented singers, musicians, and dancers performing hit songs from all genres of music. Hilarious comedy that will have you laughing till your sides hurt, and unbelievable specialty acts will keep you mesmerized and entertained throughout the entire performance. On the Parkway in Pigeon Forge, Array has something for everyone. Call 865-245-4FUN today to make your reservations, or go to mountainofentertainmenttheater.com.
Save the fees and save money. Get your ticket to the show that is the new talk of the town throughout the Smokies. Now for half price at only $25. Located across from the Titanic and WonderWorks in Pigeon Forge, Array has wonders you'll have to see to believe. Sweet deals are your chance to experience some of the finest restaurants and attractions East Tennessee has to offer at unbeatable prices. This Friday morning at 9, visit 991thesportsanimal.com for this week's sweet deal. For a sweet deal to the new Mountain of Entertainment Theater in Pigeon Forge.
You're gonna feel a puff of air.
Jong's Optometry has set their sights on staffing up.
Try the next line. Hey, Kim, can you tell our 2 o'clock we're running 15 behind? Sorry, we're a bit backed up today.
He needs an optometric technician to keep an eye on it all.
Where are the dilation drops?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
With Spring Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $2,300 off select kitchen packages from top brands like GE Profile. That means you can save on a new GE Profile Smart Quad Door Refrigerator that's full of convenient features like a dual dispense autofill pitcher and an ice dispenser with up to 12.5 pounds capacity. Bring convenience to your kitchen with smart, innovative appliances from GE Profile. Right now, save up to $2,300 on select kitchen packages with Spring Black Friday savings at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bragg with Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness.
Our weight loss program uses cutting-edge modern-day science while utilizing over 40 years of research to determine a personalized blueprint for your weight loss. We are proud to be Strong Science certified. The Strong Science certification validates the guarantee that you will safely experience significant weight loss in 40 days, and you'll sustain it. Let us guide you on a journey to a healthier you. Call 865-444-2189 or visit braggweightlossandwellness.com.
Have the kids got their homework done? Did the babysitter get them to bed on time? Did my package get delivered? All those questions can have answers even when you're not at home. With the latest in technology, Fleener Security keeps you in the know even when you're not at home. Fleener Security Systems online at fleenersecurity.com.
Johnson, our CFO needs some info for the IPO ASAP.
No problem, boss. Just search the web. Cumulus Digital has helped our SEO big time.
Speak English, Johnson.
Search engine optimization.
SEO, huh? That's A-OK.
CumulusDigital.com. From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Back for the final segment of hour number 2. A little more than an hour to go. We'll be with you until 3 o'clock. Sun is shining. Beautiful afternoon here on a Tuesday, Swain. Halfway through the month of April with transfer portal activity all over the place. College football. Head on a swivel, by the way. Got to be out there because some erroneous reports, misinformation can be shared as well. Happens from time to time, but that could occur in football, basketball. Just got to watch out.
Yeah, you got to understand, people are human, and everyone is trying to. You got some people that are trying to do it the right way, and even with those people, they make mistakes. And we had one earlier today where there was a report about Tyler Barron about to hit the portal again, and that would have been just very disappointing, just on the surface, if that report was true, but it wasn't true. And the person that put that out was able to kind of clarify and fix it. So I'm glad that report is not true, and Tyler Barron won't be playing for his fourth team in 4 or 5 months. So there's a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of players who may be contemplating hitting the portal, maybe negotiating deals, and a lot of people talking to pass information to the media from different schools. I mean, we saw the report on Oregon State's running back. So you do got to keep your head on the swivel for sure.
Yeah, and it happens everywhere. There was, I guess, a report. I didn't even see the report. I just saw the rebuttal to the report that I hadn't seen, that Rory McIlroy was considering an $850 million offer to go join Live Golf, which would have been pretty wild considering he's been the most outspoken against Live Golf. So his agent and then Rory himself denied the report and said, no, I'm planning to finish my career with the PGA Tour. McIlroy said neither he nor his agents have ever discussed a potential deal to lure him to the Live Golf League.
How much?
Well, the report was $850 million and an equity stake in Live Golf, but Rory said no conversations have ever taken place. Now, the numbers are believable because we've seen just wild payments to the players, but according to Rory, said they've never had discussions. So I don't know exactly what the truth is, but Rory and his agent are on record that that's not happening and never was going to. He said, quote, I honestly don't know how these things get started. I've never been offered a number from Live. I've never contemplated going to Live. Again, I think I've made it clear over the past 2 years that I don't think it's something for me.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that and get that. But just imagine turning down almost $900 million.
Yeah, Tiger, I think, had an opportunity at a wild number, but he also has made a wild number in his career.
Yeah, I mean, once you get so much money, what's more? I mean, what can you do with more than what you already have if you already have a lot? So,
well, what's more than $1 billion?
$2
billion.
Yeah.
2 hours down, 1 to go on Josh and Swain.
Caller 5 right now, 656 wins, qualifies for the Hoop D Madness prize pack. You could be the winner of 2 tickets to the 2024 Wells Fargo Championship and $1,000 to cover travel costs. Hoop D swag, including 2 paddleboards, a cooler, cornhole boards, and a patio umbrella. That's caller 5 right now, 656-9467.
You know what sounds good right about now? Mouth-watering wings with an order of big fries. It's time to get some wings. And not just any wings. The wings that changed it all. Big Kahuna Wings Happy Hour is back, and it's not just a clever name. You'll be beyond happy with our drink specials from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. all week at our Farragut location. Big Kahuna Wings. Change your taste buds forever.
They're coming, and they're ready to bug you. Are you ready? If not, we can arm your home with the pest defense you need to survive. Thomas Pest Solutions. Let us rid your home of those pesky insects and let you enjoy a bug-free home. Get a free quote right now at Thomas Pest Solutions at 566-8444. No obligations, no binding contracts. Thomas Pest Solutions. We believe in solutions, not control. Goodbye, bugs.
Fellas, there's a lot of people talking about testosterone, but do your homework and go to a provider that you can trust. I recommend Low T Center. It's where I get my levels checked. At Low T Center, they make it quick and easy. You walk in, take a simple blood test, and you'll get your results back in about 25 minutes. If you've been feeling tired, grumpy, have noticed weight gain, loss of muscle mass, you may have low T levels. Go to lowtcenter.com to book your appointment online. That's lowtcenter.com. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
Is reviewing life insurance on your to-do list? Now's the perfect time to add it. A friend recently told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I bumped this up on my list and got it done. I called SelectQuote and couldn't believe how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $16 a month. My husband's also 40 and his $500,000 policy was only $18 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, there was no medical exam required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Knowing I have this checked off my list feels amazing, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call SelectQuote at 1-800-778-9922. That's 1-800-778-9922. Or go to SelectQuote.com to get your free quote today. That's 1-800-778-9922. Details on example rate at SelectQuote.com.
Spring fever is in the air, and that means a lot of people are going to be getting engaged this time of year. If you're going to be one of them, you got to talk to my guy, TK Wheeler, out at TK Wheeler Jewelers first. Hey, this is Heather. TK has been in business for over 40 years in the Oak Ridge community. And that means he knows what to keep in his store because he knows what she's going to love. It doesn't matter if you're just looking for a just because gift or a special occasion gift, or you're thinking about popping that big question and you need that perfect ring. The destination always the same, TK Wheeler Jewelers. He'll sit down with you himself and teach you how to buy a diamond. Yeah, what do all those C's mean? What are certifications? Different things like that. And then really get a dial on what your fiance's taste is. Is she a diamond halo engagement ring gal? Does she love the Diamond Eternity Band? Or what about the classic Diamond Solitaire? When you need the perfect ring, you need the perfect jewelry store. TK Wheeler Jewelers. This has been a big announcement.
Got a small business that no one's heard of except your grandma? Time for a boost. From Cumulus Boost, the affordable way to boost local search engine optimization and help manage reviews. Cumulus Boost helps local businesses improve their online presence so they're not buried by bigger companies in local searches. Get found, get on the map, and get a boost with Cumulus Boost at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS boost.com.
This is WNML-FM Friendsville, WNML-AM Knoxville, Cumulus Media Stations, broadcasting worldwide from the Budweiser Studios. We are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Jim Rome of the Sports Minute, sponsored by Relief Factor, the natural way to fight pain. To lose or not to lose, that's the very question of the day, at least if you are the Lakers. It's only a question for the Lake Show because of the jam that they're in right now. You see, they can beat the Pelicans tonight and wrap up the number 7 seed, but what's the reward for that? A shot at the defending world champions, the Denver Nuggets. I'm Jim Rome. They say health is wealth, and I could not agree more. That's why if you or somebody in your life is living with everyday aches and pains, I want to tell you about Relief Factor. Relief Factor is a daily supplement that helps fight pain naturally. Naturally. Now that's a big deal. Developed by its doctors, Relief Factor's unique formula of ingredients all work together to help support your body's response to inflammation. Instead of masking pain for a couple of hours, Relief Factor actually helps reduce or even eliminate your pain for good. Whether it's neck, back, joint, or muscle pain, if you're looking to feel better, live better, give Relief Factor a try. In 3 weeks, you will know if it's working because you'll feel it. I was sent Relief Factor for me to try. I've been taking it every single day, and I do feel the difference. Go to ReliefFactor.com or call 1-800-4RELIEF. That's 1-800-4-RELIEF. Save on your first order. Don't let pain tell you how to live. Fight back naturally with Relief Factor. These products and statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
Hour number 3 of Josh and Swain is here. Thank you for being with us. Transfer Portal Watch continues. We talked at the start of the show about D. Stone, Darlin Stone DeBar, wing transfer from Hofstra, committing to Tennessee yesterday. So there's the first edition for Rick Barnes' basketball team, at least in this window of activity for next year's team. We talked to Grant Ramy at 12:30 about other potential players.
Mm-hmm.
Cade Tyson from Belmont is a coveted player that Tennessee will battle North Carolina for, it looks like. He visited this past weekend.
And Belmont was taking care of him NIL. I mean, when you think about Belmont, you don't think big checks being written to NIL or for NIL for a player. And I'm pretty sure he was making a nice chunk that I don't know how much Belmont can do, if they could do more. And a program like North Carolina or Tennessee or any other program would do more. That's hard for a young man like himself who we've heard Tennessee people feel like he's a pro player. It's time for him to cash out. So he ain't playing for free. And he shouldn't play for free.
No.
He's a really good player that has opportunity to play pro ball at the next level.
There's also Igor Milicic, Jr., a transfer from Charlotte who is visiting campus right now. 6'10" player who can stretch things out offensively. Took, around 5 threes a game this past season. So good shooter, can rebound the basketball. Tennessee needs front court help. There's also the watch that continues with Tobe Awaka. Will he return? Will he opt to transfer somewhere else? And then which other players will hop onto the radar for Tennessee? There's Ohio State guard to watch, but the main players right now coming out of the weekend and then with the visit currently, Cade Tyson from Belmont, who will also look at North Carolina. He's from Charlotte. And then Igor Milicic, Jr., who is from Croatia, started his career at Virginia, spent the last 2 seasons at Charlotte, and now is visiting Knoxville.
Yeah, I want to know the reason for leaving Virginia. It don't bother me that he left Virginia, probably because they didn't play any offense and he likes to score, but I just like to know that. I wonder what he's doing right now, man. You think they're making his commitment video?
Well, I assume they're streaming the show. They're probably watching right now in the offices. So
they're streaming the show and then making his commitment video.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. I imagine. I can only assume. So, yeah.
Why would you not want to play for Rick Barnes here at Tennessee, play in the SEC, go to the tournament? I mean, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, he is a multi-time transfer just like Darlinstone is. Darlinstone started at Iowa State, went to Hofstra, spent the last 3 years there. He is a player with a fifth year thanks to the extra COVID eligibility from 2020-21.
What year is it?
We're entering the 24-25 season.
We are
I think
2 months away from halfway point to 2025, huh?
Right. So this upcoming year, I believe, is the last year.
You said that last year,
I
Josh.
did. Yeah.
You said
But
that last year.
it's all somewhat unpredictable. Miami has either an eighth or ninth, I think, right? Ninth year. Yeah,
ninth year player.
Because he is the exception to what I typically say. I'm hoping he gets a 10th year next year. Cam McCormick, the tight end at Miami, he's about to be a ninth year senior.
You just want it because a whole number?
McCormick has had more senior years than most athletes have years of eligibility. I mean, think about that.
What's that movie? Is it Never Been Kissed where the person goes back to high school?
Yeah.
Like a grown woman? That's him. That's him, but it's college version. Just go on with life in your career. No, he can't. He can't leave college, man. Just go.
So a mix of Never Been Kissed and Van Wilder? Is that what we're looking at here?
Yes. Like, it's awkward when he shows up at the college parties and there's nothing but like freshmen and the 18-year-old, and he's sitting up in there. He's 26 years old. That's just weird.
Yep. Never Been Kissed, 1999. Drew Barrymore, 55% on the tomato meter, 69% audience score.
Do not ask
nice
me
score
how
there.
I know that and where I got that from. I went to Grissom High School. I should explain enough. Should explain enough.
So, yeah, that's where we are in college athletics. So, a little extra COVID eligibility remaining. And, Keenan Peely and John Campbell Jr., they got some extra
Well,
years.
they okay.
Yeah, to take advantage of this year. Not talking about them, Josh.
Well, they haven't been in college 9 years.
That's right.
It's different. Not just because they wear the right shade of orange, but because it's a different year.
Right.
7 years?
Yeah, for Keenan, it's, I believe, 8, but you have the Mormon mission in between.
7. Okay, 8.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs had not been drafted yet when Keenan Peely signed. He was in the 2016 class. But what they say, Grandpa Uncle is kind of his new nickname over at UT. So he understands. He gets the deal.
It's all right, though.
Drew in the text box asked, did I hear correctly that it's less likely that Dallin Hayden will transfer to Tennessee? He's a running back from Ohio State, Aaron Hayden's son.
Yeah, I mean, less likely. You know, there's all kind of like little word play that people use. He ain't coming, okay? I'm not going to use less likely or more than likely or probably not or
you're going to use
signs
the word
point to
won't.
Ain't happening.
Okay.
Yeah, ain't happening. So, unless something changes. If that happens, we'll update, but
yeah, one of those barring an unforeseen change.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Okay. But that doesn't change your opinion that help at running back would be important for Tennessee. I think you and I share a similar opinion.
I just think it protects you. I mean, I just think it's. I mean, you could win first game or two or whatever without those guys. You can't go the whole season with the current situation. Maybe you're able to survive first couple games without that depth of running back. But after that, you're going to need them. And by then, hopefully, you get Lewis and Selden and those guys healthy. I mean, it's a great opportunity for Deshaun Bishop, who did a really good job in the close scrimmages. We saw him in the orange and white game, but that doesn't really speak to the job that he did in those close scrimmages. He did a really good job. He was balling.
So we'll see if Tennessee pursues anybody at running back. We've also talked about Elijah Herring entering the transfer portal at linebacker from Tennessee. We talked about Keenan Peely, Arion Carter, Jeremiah T-Lander.
Yep.
Those would be the top three guys to pay attention to. We'll see if he factors in as a freshman. He will on special teams, I'm sure. We had a text about Edwin Spillman. He is a player that I think they've been impressed by a lot. Again, he's a freshman linebacker, so who knows what to expect there. But Carter and T-Lander ended up playing some as freshmen, so Spillman will have a chance to compete for playing time as a backup at linebacker as well. But there's no doubt they like him a lot. He was a 4-star linebacker in the 24 class, and I'm confident will factor into special teams quickly and could at linebacker.
Athleticism is always needed in every part of the field. We can use you. It don't matter.
I think he brings a little oomph at linebacker too.
You can run. You can jump tall buildings and run down long trains. There's a place for you in the football field. May not be on offense, defense, your primary position, but we can put you in special teams and go out there and make some plays.
Is he going to be the Superman of the linebacking group in the next few years?
Yep.
Okay.
He's that athletic. He will be. So when Josh Heupel took over, the same as when Pruitt took over, there was a need to get faster, get more athletic, and Tennessee has done that in the last couple of years. Spillman has proven that we have. Now it's about getting your assignments down at your primary position and then earning that playing time. You can do that through special teams. We've seen countless players earn their playing time on special teams, whether it be linebacker or safety or running back, whatever. We've seen it. And that's going to happen again for some of these young players.
Yeah, this freshman class, they haven't played it down, obviously, but they have some players that you should be excited about, I think, this fall and definitely over the next 3 to 4 years.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Matthews is somebody we talked about yesterday.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah. Now I understand why he wears 89, or why he picked 89. He looked like Steve Smith out there. The blocking on the perimeter, that sprung touchdown from a fellow wide receiver, walk on. I saw him chirping it up and mixing it up on that same drive with a DB when it was a run play. So he has that attitude. He has that it so far. Just got carried over to the game field.
So for segment number 1 of hour number 3 on today's show, Mike Matthews, see a little it factor. Edwin Spillman, some potential Superman qualities for the defense in the future. And Jason Swain, noted fan of Never Been Kissed, 1999 hit starring Drew Barrymore.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie, man. Sad at the end, too.
The 90s just delivered. Okay?
They really did, man.
It's a wonderful decade.
It's a great movie.
With the arts, the music, the movies, television shows, sports, all-time sports figures. Wonderful decade.
It was a great movie. You're not going to make me feel bad for watching it.
Not attempting to.
I'll go home and watch it right now after the show and not feel bad, not feel any way about being judged. You can't shame me. It's a good movie. Soundtrack could have been a little bit better, but, the movie was good.
Okay.
Maybe next year the COVID players will finally be graduated.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I doubt it.
No, I'm actively rooting for Cam McCormick to get a 10th year. I want to see a full decade in college football. A lot to get to. Your calls and texts, 865-656-9900. Your favorite Drew Barrymore films.
No.
We'll continue next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. This is Josh and Swain.
Your odds to win 99.1 These Sports Animals' biggest prizes just got better. We now draw one member of our email club, The Jungle, as an instant finalist in contests with a grand prize value over $500. Club members get links to our latest blogs and videos, plus a layout of sports animal programming and the biggest sporting events of the weekend. To make sure you receive our weekly sports animal emails, visit our website at 991thesportsanimal.com and sign up for The Jungle Email Club.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to encourage you to check out Ted Russell Ford and the savings, the low interest rates they have available for you right now on a number of different vehicles, brand new vehicles. You can save on 2023 Ford vehicles, as well as with the spring into summer sales event. You can find low interest rates on 2024 vehicles. Brand new 2024 Ford Explorer, the 24 Ford Mustang, Same with the 24 Ford Expedition. It is a wonderful option if you are looking for a big family SUV, if you are thinking about travel for the upcoming summer before the summer months arrive. Check out the Ford Expedition, as they have rates as low as 2.9% APR for 72 months on the 2024 Ford Expedition. If you are looking for an electric vehicle, from the F-150 Lightning to the Ford Mustang Mach-E or the E-Transit, they are the Model E elite dealer to go check out on Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. They will help you find exactly what you're looking for at Ted Russell Ford. There's the brand new beautiful Lincoln vitrine from Ted Russell Lincoln as well. Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike, and online at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
It's Hoop D Madness here at 99.1 The Sports Animal. Listen for the cue to call in weekdays, and you could get qualified for the ultimate Hoop D Outdoor Experience Package, including 2 tickets to the PGA Tour Wells Fargo Championship in Charlotte. The grand prize winner will also score 2 paddle boards, a sweet outdoor cornhole set, a rugged outdoor cooler, and an outdoor patio umbrella, plus $1,000, all compliments of Hoop Tea. Refreshing, bright, spiked iced tea.
You know what sounds good right about now? Mouth-watering wings with an order of big fries. It's time to get some wings. And not just any wings. The wings that changed it all. Big Kahuna Wings Happy Hour is back, and it's not just a clever name. You'll be beyond happy with our drink specials from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. all week at our Farragut location. Big Kahuna Wings. Change your taste buds forever.
A.G. Hines Company. For more than 100 years, since great-grandfather Albert Hines first opened the doors back in 1920, the best construction companies East Tennessee have used their building materials. But when it comes to your do-it-yourself projects, they're also the best first stop you can make thanks to their prices, selection of tools, and their experience. Visit their century-old business on Hines Street in downtown Knoxville. For 4 generations, they've been the area's most trusted supplier with building materials and tools. A.G. Hines Company. Building materials since anyone can remember.
And Doug.
Being a spokesperson's easy, kid. Just say, customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
Customize and save with Liberty Bibberty.
That's not it.
Liberty Mutual. Liberty Musical.
Nope.
Lumberty, line.
It's 2 words. Liberty Mutual.
Got it. Don't not pay at libertymuttnoodle.com.
Wow. I guess I'll just do it.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. That's a wrap.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates. By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's lessons make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. And now try Babbel for free by texting radio to 64,000. Text radio to 64,000.
Every morning, every evening, we're here, one child at a time.
The Budweiser studios are recognized worldwide on the Sports Animal app and online at 991thesportsanimal.com.
This is Coach Josh Heupel. You're listening to Josh and Swain on 99.1 The Sports Animal.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Keith tweeted to us at Josh and Swain. Enjoyed the Drew Barrymore movie referenced soon after turning on the show on YouTube. You can watch on YouTube on the Sports Animal channel. Encourage you to subscribe when you stop by.
That was not planned, okay? That was not planned.
One of the best parts about the show.
Yeah, you're right.
You don't know what you're going to get.
Good point, good point. Kind of like a box of chocolates, huh?
Similar, yeah.
Gotcha. You're right. You are correct.
Yeah. Forrest Gump, one of the best movies of the 90s as well, as we continue celebrating the decade.
You ain't never lied, man. A lot of references in there that can be used till the end of time. Classic movie. A lot going on, man. A lot going on.
Looks like Big Z's going to travel from Kentucky to Arkansas and join John Calipari's team.
Okay. Bye, Felicia.
And there's talk of Cal maybe spacing out some announcements to maximize the window of attention on the Razorbacks. SEC basketball next year. We have the rest of this baseball season to go, which is going to be a lot of fun. The run to Omaha, which several teams will be involved with. I think the football season will probably bring some interest with 16 teams. But
oh, yeah.
SEC basketball, don't sleep on it for next year. Cal's still in the league. Now he's at Arkansas. Kentucky's never not interesting. Now Mark Pope is there. And Tennessee looking to reload with the roster after an Elite Eight run. Plus Bama, Auburn, Florida is back to being somebody to talk about.
Yeah.
SEC basketball next year will be fun.
Might be even harder next year. Now, South Carolina, I don't know, will be as good, but I think Kentucky will be – I don't know how good they'll be next year, but I think they'll be better in the season and a threat in the tournament. May not have the NBA players, but I think they'll be a threat. Arkansas obviously will be good, a re-energized and renewed Calipari. And you mentioned Florida. Florida's going to be good. A&M is always going to be tough-nosed team as long as Buzz Williams is there. Auburn is Auburn. Alabama is Alabama. They're not going anywhere. So, yeah, man, the league's going to be just as good, if not harder, next year.
Transfer portal note, Memphis defensive back Maurice Hampton, former top 100 recruit who went to LSU, if you remember him, entering the transfer portal, ended up not playing this year because he suffered a preseason injury. But Matt Zennett's notes for 24/7 Sports that Hampton is expected to have Power 4 opportunities. So we'll see which.
I wasn't ready for that.
Power 4 school.
Boy, I was not ready for that. Power 4. Wow. Okay.
The transfer portal window reopened today. Caden Proctor, the top-ranked transfer option, but he has a do-not-contact tag as he is expected to leave Iowa to go back to Alabama. Any tampering there? How does that work?
100%. I wonder if they, saved his locker. Or what about the people that –
Maybe got a better locker. Maybe that was part of the deal.
Remember when Jaden Daniels left Arizona State, and there's a video of his teammates talking trash about him, and it surfaced. So, when Caden Proctor left Alabama because he was getting criticized, I wonder if any of his teammates were dogging him out, only to say, "Hey, man, welcome back, man. So glad you're back. We missed you."
Also, it's one thing to say something about Jaden Daniels, very good player, but he's a slender fellow. Proctor's a big left tackle. I'd be more careful there.
Well, you just say it behind his back. Duh.
Without cameras rolling.
Exactly.
That would be the key.
That's how you solve that.
So we continue to monitor there with players entering the transfer portal today. It's a fluid conversation. I think that's one way of putting it. We continue the conversation here. Invite you to join us at 865-656-9900. Every day we hand out Attaboys and Attagirls thanks to Native Design with the Native Nursery. They can help you if you are a contractor or landscaper, can be your one-stop shop for plants, trees, and landscaping materials. And there was the cool note of Boban missing the free throw on purpose to help the crowd there at the Clippers-Rockets game get their free, was it Chick-fil-A?
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. But the Clippers took it to an even bigger level to close out the regular season to give back to the fans.
Yeah, team owner Steve Ballmer, the organization picked up the tab on concessions in the Clippers' final regular season home game ever at Crypto Arena. They are moving into their new stadium next season. So they took care of the final tab for more than 19,000 fans. No details on what the final tab was, but again, took care of that tab for 19,000 fans in their final time at Crypto Arena. They've been sharing a court, an arena with the Lakers for some time, and they get their own. moving forward. Pretty cool.
I like the Clippers being relevant, too. Remember, they went through a bit of a stretch where they weren't. They brought in stars
for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, and Ballmer has a ton of money. He's made a crazy amount, but he is a much better option than Donald Sterling.
1,000%. He brings the energy.
So I like that note.
He brings the energy. And, man, he's put his money where his mouth is and his commitment. And the Clippers are not the same Clippers, even though still haven't really won anything or been to the finals. But they're closer. They're itching closer and closer. They got arguably the best coach in the game in Tyronn Lue, and got several superstars. So it's an attractive place.
Yep. Ballmer's a bit of a character, too. There's
He
a
is.
famous video of him running on stage, acting crazy, getting everybody fired up, riled up.
Oh, yeah, for Microsoft, the Microsoft meetings.
Yep. So good on the Clippers for that move for the fans. Every once in a while, it's good to do something for the fans. It's not that bad.
I mean, hey, they only spend money that they probably had saved up for more things important to come and support you. That's
At least you can do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Least you can do.
Yep. So, attaboys to the Los Angeles Clippers, giving back to the fans this past weekend. We hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design. They've opened the Native Nursery for contractors and landscapers. Locally owned and operated, Jacob Dunaway and his company can take care of you as a one-stop shop for plants, trees, and landscaping materials, including boulders, flagstone, mulch, and more. Check out nativetn.com, located at 3473 Louisville Road, just 5 minutes from Pellissippi off the Topside Road. Exit 865-310-3256 is the phone number. Native Design with the Native Nursery. We'll come back here on Josh and Swain and invite you to be a part of the show. 865-656-9900. The buzz around Tennessee's wide receivers. The new look wide receiver group continues coming out of spring practice for Tennessee. We'll have that coming up with 30 minutes to go on Josh and Swain.
When special guests call in to 99.1 The Sports Animal, you hear them on the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline, stanleyfence.com.
The great thing about sports is it never stops. Here's another 60-second sports minute on The Sports Animal.
Lady Vols forward Rakia Jackson was selected 4th overall by the Los Angeles Sparks in last night's WNBA draft. It's the 4th year in a row Tennessee has had a player taken in the first round. Jackson is the 19th Lady Vol taken in the first round. Iowa's Caitlin Clark went number 1 overall as expected to the Indiana Fever. Tennessee baseball takes on Bellarmine in a non-conference game at Lindsey Nelson Stadium tonight. The Vols have won 6 straight and are coming off an SEC series sweep over LSU. First pitch is at 6 o'clock. The NBA play-in games begin tonight with the Western Conference games. The Lakers face the Pelicans for the 7-8 matchup at 7:30. The Warriors visit the Kings for the 9-10 game at 10 o'clock. The Tennessee Smokies begin a 6-game homestand against the Montgomery Biscuits at Smoky Stadium tonight. First pitch is at 7. NHL tonight, 7 o'clock. Bruins host the Senators. Red Wings visit the Canadiens. Flyers take on the Capitals. Blue Jackets meet the Hurricanes. Panthers take on the Maple Leafs at 7:30. Jets host the Kraken at 8. 10 o'clock. Golden Knights host the Blackhawks. Canucks host the Flames. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Don't miss the huge arcade gun and knife show and sale this weekend at the Knoxville Expo Center, featuring thousands of rifles, shotguns, handguns, wholesale ammo, and reloading supplies, all at liquidation prices. It's like shopping at the world's largest sporting goods store. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4 at the Knoxville Expo Center.
Warm weather's here, and it's time to get outside and enjoy the privacy and the comforts of your own backyard, but you don't have a privacy fence. Or perhaps you need to upgrade your fence, as I just recently did with Tennessee Home. When contacting Tennessee Home, you're looking for somebody who is a licensed contractor who has one of the most experienced teams that East Tennessee has to offer. Over 100 yards for me and the new pup, Howie, and I've been satisfied since the final post went in the ground. 865-304-0955. That's 865-304-0955. We're online at TennesseeHome.us.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of, what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Have lucky numbers? Play them with Cash 3 and Cash 4 for your chance to win top prizes from $500 to $5,000. Add Wild Ball for more winning combos. Stop by any Tennessee Lottery retail and play today. Please play responsibly.
It's the bottom of the ninth, and we've got a real nail-biter here. Wait, what's this? Looks like a curveball's been thrown right into your home's plumbing system. But I'm telling it like it is. Wilson Brothers Plumbing is here to knock it out of the park. No matter the pitch, their team of skilled plumbers will tackle any plumbing challenge. Visit WilsonBrothersPlumbing.com. That's WilsonBrothersPlumbing.com. The proof is in the plumbing.
When the flowers come into bloom, it is like a field of dreams. Hi, I'm Belinda Smith. My husband Russ and I own Briar Hill Farm in Pickens, South Carolina. Ingles has really brought awareness to locally grown flowers. And they've made it convenient for customers to be able to purchase local flowers, and customers realize the advantage of local flowers being fresher and lasting longer.
Yep, that's the relaxing sound of being a landlord. Well, assuming that Heritage Realty is your property manager, thanks to Heritage Realty, the only work you have to do is get up and walk to the mailbox and get a rent check. No more phone calls in the middle of the night. Heritage Realty takes care of those, and they inspect your properties throughout the year to stay prepared. HeritageRealtyKnox.com. Maintenance, inspections, and financial experts at your service. HeritageRealtyKnox.com.
The 25th Annual Philip Fulmer Golf Classic, presented by Waste Connections, will be on Friday, April the 19th at Avalon Country Club. Hi, I'm Philip Fulmer. All proceeds benefit the Boys and Girls Clubs of the Tennessee Valley. This year's auction has some fantastic items. To place your bids, visit FulmerAuction.com starting April the 15th. Give the gift of a great future by participating in the online auction. Visit FulmerAuction.com for more information.
When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry Bragg provides the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods and no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses a team approach, creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plan, supplements, and support. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
This has been a paid announcement.
The minute folks step into Dollywood in my Smoky Mountains, I want them to fill their hearts with all the beautiful things in this big old world. Dollywood, love every moment.
Plan your visit today at Dollywood.com.
This report is sponsored by Positive Coaching Alliance.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit, offers more than 1,000 free online resources for youth and high school sports coaches, parents, students, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
A few isolated sprinkles are possible today. We got highs near 84 degrees. Should see more sunshine by the afternoon to evening hours. Still a beautiful day. We'll drop near 66 degrees overnight as those clouds increase. We're tracking more rain and storms throughout the day on Wednesday. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Paige Noel.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
Back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900 to join us. Tennessee baseball with a little tune-up later today ahead of a big series at Kentucky this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, I'm expecting a lot of home runs hitting that porch today, buddy. There was some hitting the porch over the weekend versus the SEC opponent, so hard not to expect a bunch of them to go to the porch today. This weekend, whoo, it will be a series. A couple of years ago, Tennessee lost a series to Kentucky. Remember that?
I do.
The miracle season, the miracle run, best regular season ever. Well, Kentucky was able to get a series win over Tennessee. Just had a bad day. The weather was all funky. Like the air was funky in Lexington that day. Just not a good day to be in Lexington. Well, time for payback for Tennessee. And Kentucky's the third-rated team in the country. Top 5 matchup.
So Tennessee will use the 6 o'clock start against Bellarmine at Lindsey Nelson Stadium as a tune-up for the 3-game set in Lexington Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Let's go.
Kentucky baseball school. Tennessee's going to try to change that this weekend.
Man, a lot of pressure on the baseball team, Tennessee. You know why?
Why is that?
Kentucky can't beat Tennessee in anything right now. They can't be better than Tennessee. They beat them in basketball, but it wasn't better than Tennessee.
Yeah, they split in the regular season. Tennessee had the better season.
Yeah, it wasn't better than Tennessee. Football, not better than Tennessee. Women's basketball, not better than Tennessee. Kentucky's trying to find something to be better at Tennessee in. Something. Baseball ranked 3rd in the country, ahead of Tennessee. This is their chance. So a lot of pressure on Kentucky's baseball team and a lot of pressure on Tennessee's baseball team to keep the butt kickings alive, keep them going. Christian Moore, Blake Burke, got a little home run competition going on. It's fun to watch.
Yep. Home run kings.
That is correct. So
plural.
That'll be a great, and I mean a great series. Hopefully Chris Burke is on that call. He was at the Orange and White air quotes game and got a chance to call the series Tennessee LSU. So it was good to see him. Hopefully he gets this call too, because this is going to be a heavyweight bout between 2 top 5 teams.
We called up Jesse Simonton earlier in the show. He joined us about an hour ago from On3 covering the world of college football, and Jesse noticed a position group that we talked about yesterday that we'll talk about a lot, I bet, over the course of this offseason, the wide receivers. Hear what Jesse had to say when he looked at Tennessee's spring game that took place this past Saturday and what stood out to him, what stood out to Jesse Simonton watching the Vols.
For Tennessee, I thought, hey, this was a receiver room a year ago that I probably didn't live up to expectations. You lose Hyatt, you lose Tillman, but I think they probably thought they had more there than they did. Guys get hurt, dinged up, I understand. But I thought the receivers really, kind of turned some heads Saturday. The kid they got from Tulane, I think is going to be a big-time playmaker on the perimeter. Obviously, you have Squirrel White. You get Brew back healthy. We'll see about Thornton. I kind of like some of the pieces there, kind of surrounding Nico. The focus is always going to be on Nico. I understand that. But how can they, best support this, 5-star quarterback who only has one career start? You give him a lot of playmakers on the perimeter, and I like what Tennessee has out there.
So Jesse Simonton looked at the wide receiver group and said, had to be better than a year ago, and it looks like it is right now. They didn't even have Squirrel out there and Brew on Saturday, but you know what roles they'll play for Tennessee to go along with some of the new pieces. And Dante Thornton is a part of the reason that Tennessee's receivers were disappointing a year ago. He has more competition now. He should be a better player in his second year, probably more comfortable in the offense and the role that he will play. There's also less pressure. Dante walked in with people saying, hey, he'll go catch a bunch of touchdowns, and it just didn't work out for him last year. So overall, the room looks a lot better, and I just ran through a bunch of names Jesse did before we get back to Mike Matthews, who we've talked about again today. So they're deeper, they're more talented, they've developed more like Chaz Nimrod and Caleb Webb. They're just more players to work with and more competition to be had because of that.
I think it's more pressure this year for Dante Thornton.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man.
I think it's pressure on him. I don't think there's pressure on him as it relates to how well Tennessee will do. If you told me he's not going to factor in, that doesn't necessarily change what the receivers can do for Tennessee. Last year, Dante not playing well had a big negative effect on the offense. I don't know if that's the case this year.
Yeah, I mean, I see that point because you didn't have the depth at wide receiver, especially someone that was his size that can make plays, replacing a guy like Cedric Tillman. He just wasn't that type of player from a physicality standpoint. You finally got him on the outside. He's more comfortable, and then gets hurt versus Missouri making an awesome catch. But I think it's more pressure on him this year because there's more competition, and there's less of a rotation in this offense than any other offense. Now, I do think, based on what we have heard and conversations that have been had, that there's going to be more of a rotation this year of wide receivers, but I'm not expecting it to be that fluid. But I do think for Dante Thornton, there's more pressure on him because of the season he had last year and the 3 new people. And Brew McCoy, who has been a staple on the outside, a position that he was more comfortable playing later in the season. So, yeah, there's pressure, man. There's pressure. Either ball out or don't play.
There's also the question, could anybody enter the transfer portal?
I'm expecting that, and if we don't see that, then I would be surprised. Not saying that I've heard anybody, but the numbers just don't make sense to me. I can't imagine the number of receivers we have right now in that room being the same this fall. And that's okay.
Sure.
That's okay. That's why you brought in talent, to try to plan for maybe that happening. And then you do play football, a very, very, violent game where someone could get hurt. Speaking of that, man, we were lucky in basketball. No one got hurt. We didn't have any crazy significant injuries. Anyways, back to football. You had those with the receivers last year.
Yeah, very lucky. Santi dealt with the illness at tournament time, and that's just kind of a freak thing, timing-wise. But injury-wise, yeah, they were good all year.
Yeah, you got to have a little bit of luck on your side, too.
I was glad for Josiah Jordan-James with that. He had dealt with injuries throughout his time. Last year, what he thought was going to be his final season was just plagued by the knee issue, but he held up over the course of the year.
He sure did.
Tim in the YouTube chat's calling for 6 home runs tonight versus Bellarmine.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch one of them.
You bringing your glove to the game tonight?
I don't own a glove. I'm just going to catch it with my bare hands. You like that idea?
You trust your hands?
Of course I trust my hands. That's why I use my hands instead of catching it in my body when I was playing. But catching a baseball coming off a bat, a little bit different, though.
Yeah, Tennessee bat?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have a hat with me. I'll just try to use the hat.
Okay.
It sounds like a better idea. Or I just grab somebody next to me, let them get hit by the ball, and then when the ball hits the ground, I can pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Any one of those options would do.
As long as the ball is in your
man,
property.
You want to go to the game tonight?
Heading home after. I'm sure Tony could help you get an autograph after the game.
I don't want an autograph. I'm grown. I don't want to do an autograph.
Well, knowing you, figured you'd put it on eBay.
That's a good point. I don't want an autograph.
Value's going up.
I'm not about to ask anybody for an autograph. That's awkward. That's weird. Now, once Don Connect gets drafted to NBA, we might have to get
We were asked again earlier,
Dalton jersey.
Is there a place we want him to go? We are on record, San Antonio. That's our spot for Dalton.
Yeah, I told him that. I told him that on Saturday.
He went with a wherever.
Whatever, man. He don't care. He just want to play ball and be in a good position. But I explained his reasoning, and he just kind of looked at me. I got some good facts to back it up, Dalton. You love Knoxville. San Antonio's kind of like Knoxville. They love basketball. You don't have to compete with the Texans in Houston or the Cowboys in Dallas. Like, it's you. Mm-hmm. And you get a chance to play for a Hall of Fame coach, just like you did in college.
Yeah, my reason is pretty much because Wemby's there.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the reasons, too. But Dalton's so humble, he's not in a position to choose. Like, he feels like he's a beggar trying to get to the NBA. And so wherever he goes, he'll be grateful and thankful just for the opportunity. He just wants to go hoop.
Yep, he'll be a VFL.
So maybe I prepped him for some questions that may be coming his way the next couple of weeks when someone asks him, hey, man, where you want to go? Maybe he'll have an answer. or maybe not.
He is a golf analyst. He's an NBA draft prepper. He is a former Tennessee wide receiver. He's Jason Swain. I'm Josh Warden. We'll come back for one more segment. Top 5 positions for Tennessee to at least monitor to see what options are out there in the transfer portal. That when we come back on Josh and Swain.
Every morning, every evening, we're here.
Don't miss the huge arcade gun and knife show and sale this weekend at the Knoxville Expo Center, featuring thousands of rifles, shotguns, handguns, wholesale ammo, and reloading supplies, all at liquidation prices. It's like shopping at the world's largest sporting goods store. Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 9 to 4 at the Knoxville Expo Center.
AgPro Sign and Drive event is offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local AgPro dealership today. Offer ends 4/30/24. Subject to approved credit. See dealer for details.
When you want a brand new kitchen, there's nothing to it. There's a brand new way to do it. 3-day kitchen and bath.
Marcia talks about her experience with 3-day kitchen and bath.
Hi, my name's Marcia, and I had a great experience with 3-day kitchen and bath. My sister, who lives in Logan, had them do her kitchen, and after I saw the quality, I realized it was exactly what I wanted. I guess one of the things I really liked is that when I came back, I just couldn't believe how it totally changed, and everything was all cleaned up, and it looked so great. All my neighbors want to come over and see it. I had a lot of unique features that I wanted as far as the fixtures go, and Dave was able to find those things, and that made all the difference. It was a great experience, and I'm glad I did it, and I would recommend it to anyone.
It's about time.
3 days or less
at 3-day kitchen and bath.
You're gonna feel a puff of air.
Jong's Optometry has set their sights on staffing up.
Try the next line. Hey, Kim, can you tell our 2 o'clock we're running 15 behind? Sorry, we're a bit backed up today.
He needs an optometric technician to keep an eye on it all.
Where are the dilation drops?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
With Spring Black Friday savings at the Home Depot, you can get up to $2,300 off select kitchen packages from top brands like GE Profile. That means you can save on a new GE Profile Smart Quad Door Refrigerator that's full of convenient features like a dual dispense autofill pitcher and an ice dispenser with up to 12.5 pounds capacity. Bring convenience to your kitchen with smart, innovative appliances from GE Profile. Right now, save up to $2,300 on select kitchen packages with Spring Black Friday savings at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
QC Kinetics announces the arrival of National Medical Director Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, an acclaimed orthopedic surgeon with 2 decades of experience and extensive research in regenerative medicine.
I was one of the first orthopedic surgeons to do it, and at the same time I integrated clinical research that's resulted in several publications that are really directing the future of regenerative medicine. I was drawn to QC Kinetics after I reviewed their protocols, and everything they were doing is consistent with my own approach.
Today, Dr. Scheinkup leads the entire team of medical professionals at QC Kinetics, taking this exciting medical breakthrough to a whole new level.
What we are doing at QC Kinetics is transforming lives.
Get lasting joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
This is the future of medicine.
Call QC Kinetics, 865-238-4799. That's 865-238-4799. 865-238-4799.
No matter where you go, there we are. Stream us anywhere. 99.1 The Sports Animal on the app or website.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
Final segment of Josh and Swain.
What are you doing over there? You okay?
Bobbing to the beat.
Oh, okay.
Were you about to call a doctor?
I thought I need to call somebody. Dr. Dre, somebody. I didn't know what was going on. Thought you was hurting.
Papa Doc?
Papa Doc, somebody.
Swain, we did our best today. I'm sure we missed a few things. We'll try again tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I give today a C.
Okay. Big thanks to Jesse Simonton for joining us in the 1 o'clock hour. Grant Ramy hopped on at 12:30 if you want to go back and listen to what he said about Darlin Stone, D-Stone DeBar.
D-Stone.
Will help Tennessee on the wing. He committed to Tennessee yesterday as a transfer from Hofstra. The Vols are going after Cade Tyson from Belmont, Igor Milicic Jr. from Charlotte, and other players that Tennessee will monitor, plus Tobe Awaka. Does he return to Tennessee? That's something to pay attention to as well with the transfer portal activity in basketball. We talk Tennessee football and SEC, college football, transfer topics. When you talk about the transfer portal, you have to be careful. Basketball, football, which one are we talking about? Both are active right now. Jesse discussed that with us in the middle of the 1 o'clock hour. Elijah Herring will leave Tennessee. We'll see if anybody joins Tennessee's football team in the next few weeks with spring coming to a close. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock to discuss the latest. We appreciate you for hanging out with us today. Appreciate Joel Silverberg producing as always, however you have tuned into the show. Radio, streaming, you can listen on demand as well. Thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. Go back and listen to Josh and Swain anywhere you get your podcasts. But before we close out the show, Tennessee can at least monitor, see who's out there, see which names enter the portal. So, Swain, with the power poll today, we look at the top 5 positions. Not that they will add 5 players to the team. That would be surprising.
Monitor.
Yeah, monitor. You never know. You keep your options open.
You never know.
So prioritizing the positions worth monitoring to upgrade Tennessee's football roster. Top 5 positions to at least monitor and see if there might be something out there.
Number 5, I'm going with center.
Okay.
For the future. For the future. Get a young player. Wants to be in a different place. Sees opportunity for himself next year and beyond.
Yeah.
Number 4, linebacker. Number 3, safety. Number 2, running back. And number 1 would be guard. Those are my top 5.
Okay. Number 5 for me, again, this is just monitoring. You never know what connections you might have. You never know if there's somebody that can help you in whatever role they're willing to accept. I put quarterback at number 5. If there is a veteran quarterback that you come across that he's good with being a backup and good with being a coach in the future and wants to get started in that realm, Kim Caldwell. She was making the move from player to coach at the end of her time. Got started, and look at her now.
We ain't found one yet, Josh. It ain't going to happen.
Put some new batteries in there. Keep the monitor running.
Yeah, all right.
I have cornerback number 4. I still wonder about safety, so I have both defensive back positions, corner, safety, left guard. At number 2, a guard, somebody that can play on the left side, with Spraggins set to start at right guard. And then I do have running back number 1.
Number 1, okay.
Yep. I guess part of it I'm skeptical of offensive guard help being found. But it could happen. That's why you monitor.
I saw some beefy boys getting in the portal last couple days, man.
Okay. Hey, we have the same 2, just flipped in our top 2 spots.
Well, you know, I'm thinking, too, about being number 2.
Here, when the show ends and the camera turns off in a matter of moments, I'll remind you that you're number 1 right here on the show as well. Enjoy the Tennessee baseball game, Swain. I hope you catch yourself a home run or a foul ball, either one. If there's a ball that's loose and you see some kids running for the ball.
My ball. My ball, little punk. Give me that ball.
You know, those videos come out and you see an older person, an adult, going for a foul ball, and they grab it, and you see the disappointing kid. Maybe that's good for him.
Well, I already got a ball from last year that was fouled. It's just sitting there in my office. It's not signed or anything. I don't know if I want another one.
Okay.
But it's still fun getting a ball that's hit off the bat, whether it's a home run or a foul ball. So watch out, kids.
And be nice to the Bellarmine fans.
What fans?
Was it Alabama State, Alabama A&M?
It's Alabama State. I blame Chris Brown for that. He was a bad influence that day.
As always, we appreciate you being with us, and we'll see you tomorrow at noon on Josh and Swain.
When you have sports mixed with your pop culture, along with humor and celebrity interviews, your earbuds are enjoying The Rich Eisen Show.
Dan Orlovsky, are you still a Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback available in the draft guy?
I think the three things that make it stand out for me are, number one, I think his ball placement versus man coverage is the best in the draft. Every quarterback in the NFL is accurate. He's got the best on tape. Number two, most transferable stuff to the NFL. And then I think the third thing is pocket peace.
Search for The Rich Eisen Show on YouTube or wherever you listen.
You know what sounds good right about now?